Hello. I'm not on mute, actually. I realised what I did just... I've just been talking to myself for like 2 minutes. It's terrible. I'm just a mess. It's just my week in a nutshell anyway. Let's start again. So I said, hello Angel, hello Barface, hello Erosi, hello Techie Rob, and then I said, thank you so much for the sub. I said, wow. I said, wow, it's been 2 years. And then I said, oh, it must have been because I feel like you've been here since like January, was it? And then I clicked your name and I said, oh no, it's February. You've been here since February. I thought I had a feeling it was around then. And then I said, oh wow, you've been subscribed for the entire time, for 2 whole years. I said, thank you so much for the constant support. You are a star. It was a lot more grateful sounding when I said it on mute. Then I said, this music's really annoying me. Let's wander into the town. And I also said that I was feeling really tired because it's been a long week at work. And then I pulled on the cable of my headset and was like, hang on a minute, this cable's really long. Like longer than usual, and it's because I remembered that it's not actually plugged into the capture card, so the microphone's not on. I could hear the game audio, but that's because it was plugged into my TV, because I'd been playing games last night. So, yeah, so I wasn't actually on mute, I just wasn't plugged in. So, I'm talking to myself. Definitely didn't curse though. I might have said shit when I realised. But, whoops. We'll never know what was said at the start. Moments lost like tears in the rain. Well, I've just repeated it. It was mostly just thanks, Techie Rob, for the sub. Appreciate you. And hello. That was about it. It's been a long week. I'm like killing time. I'm stalling because I'm trying to clean these glasses. They're not cleaning. Where's my glasses, guys? Fucking hate glasses. I remember when I didn't wear glasses. I mean, technically I don't need them. I can see, but I'm squinted at the TV. Hello again. I said hello before, Angel, I promise, but I hadn't plugged in the microphone. How is everybody? Are you all glad it's Friday? Kevin Scream. Yeah. These glasses are filthy now. I think I need to get new glasses at some point. I need to go back to the opticians. I was supposed to get these glasses were just to try out, and then they were like, come back in. I can't even remember now. Like, come back in like 4 months or something, and we'll test your eyes again. And I just didn't go back. Not because I have a reason. I'm just forgetful. And then I'm one of those people as well, like, because I feel almost like guilty and naughty now, so I'm embarrassed to make an appointment because it's been like almost a year. And then they're going to be like, it's a long 4 months. Anyway, I digress. Let's start this game. We're playing the latest, most exciting Final Fantasy game that everybody's streaming on Twitch at the moment. We're all streaming Final Fantasy, and you know me, I love a trend. Here we are. Glad it's Friday and working from home. Did I even turn the volume down on my phone? I did, thank God for that. Working from home, unbathed and minimally clothed. That's very graphic. I had to use a neti pot here shortly. My second. I'm not sure what I'm reading right now, Barface. This is a very elaborate way of you saying that you've got a cold. Allergies. Speaking of allergies, I've had terrible allergies this morning. It is, you know, the first day of March and spring is here with all its misery. I don't remember this. Are you Norma? I was so afraid no one would find me, but now I can go home. Your dad's waiting for you. Oh. I guess that's why I don't remember it, because it wasn't very memorable. Very obnoxious cold going on for 2 weeks. Yeah. Sure it's a cold. Stuff's been going around. How are you, Angel? I keep missing all your streams. I'm terrible at the minute. I've just had no energy. barely even the energy to sit on this chair in front of the computer. I want to talk to that old man. And you've been playing all sorts of exciting stuff, and I keep peeking in, but I have not been in front of the computer a lot after work and weekends. They won't stop until the save of the Crystal of Wind. It's definitely the first day of spring here because it's tipping it down. Don't worry about that. Yeah, but it looks like you've been having some fun. Saw you were doing Castlevania yesterday. Thank you. And all the Mega Man. I love Mega Man. Mind you, actually, I did see some of you doing Mega Man. I don't know much about this game, but I understand you're not supposed to call it a baby RPG for babies. Finished Castlevania 4. What were you trying to do? Just beat it? Or were you trying to do like a run or something? I don't think I've actually ever finished 4, legit. But yeah, Techie Rob, the thing about this game is I would say that baby RPG is such a weird word, I think, anyway, because I think that implies that it's like easy. I don't think it's easy, I think it's just very simple, if that makes sense. Like, it's not a child's game that's totally like brainless, but it's also got none of the complexities of the main Final Fantasy series. Like, there's no customization, there's no... everything's very simple. Magic's very simple, there's only a little bit of it, and generally, new magic spell is stronger than the previous one, and that's it. I guess there isn't a huge challenge sometimes because like there's always recovery items and recovery MP things, and then weapons, you don't buy weapons, you just get them and they're better. And same with equipment, really. You find new equipment and it just overwrites the previous one. However, I think on the flip side of that, the simplicity of that means that sometimes, you know, if you miss one of the pieces of equipment, then you kind of shot yourself in the foot. There's no random encounters. It's all quite simple, but I'd say that there's tons of status effects in this game, which I mean, let's just say this. As a kid, I found this challenging. I'd never really played RPGs before, and I must have been, I don't know, 8 when I played this? 7, 8-ish, I want to say. Somewhere between that, probably about between 8 and 10. And yeah, it was just a little bit something new. But people like to describe it as a baby RPG because that's just the simple way to explain it, I guess. It's like baby's first RPG, people like to call it. And I guess in some way that's true because it kind of was my first RPG. Never played it before this week. I've only played it once, but I played it on, I can't remember what, but I save scummed. I'd like to give it another go and not save scum, because I played all the Castlevania series save scumming until I got to Rondo of Blood. Have you played that one, Angel? That's really good. I think you'd enjoy that. If you like that, the sort of challenge. You probably find Rondo of Blood much easier though, to be honest. I think Rondo of Blood is a lot tighter. I really enjoyed that. Rondo of Blood's, I'm going to keep saying Rondo of Blood. Rondo of Blood. Rondo of Blood is the sort of first game that I really got back into not save scumming anymore. I credit Rondo of Blood to me sort of not both remembering but also realizing that a lot of these older games are more fun when you play them fairly. Like the good ones. The shit ones are terrible, you know, Bart vs the Space Mutants. It's not a good time, it's just crap, like it's unfair. But a lot of the games, like, you know, the popular ones that we all love, like the Mega Mans and stuff, they're not as jank and difficult as people think they are. You just have to actually, you know, spend more than 5 minutes and don't expect to win immediately. But the reason I say Rondo of Blood is because it was on the... I was going through the whole series, and PC Engine is like a pain in the arse to emulate, and I bought Rondo of Blood on the Wii store when it used to be on there. And on the Wii you can't save state. Like the Wii U you could, but not the Wii. So when I got Run of Blood, I had no way of actually saving. I had to play it on its own terms. You can save in the game though, it lets you save between levels. But you had to get good, and every level has a boss at the end of it, and it's usually quite challenging, and you only get like 3 lives or something, and to get all the way to the end and beat the boss, and it's hard going. And first I thought, like, you know what, I don't know if I can do this, maybe I'll just not have to play this one, it's too hard, because I'd gone through Castlevania 1 to 4 at that point, and I'd save scum through them and just thought like, oh, they're ridiculous, unrealistic expectations, nobody can beat these, whatever, I'm just going to drop a save. But then when I got to Run of Blood, and because it made me actually have to do that, I was like, oh, I get it now, this is really fun. And then it made me go from that to playing like Genogue again, and I was trying to play Genogue Wings of War and not save scum on that too. And I couldn't beat it, but I was having fun trying. So you have the character's actual name there. There we go. That's me with the lore. How you doing, Abby Jams? I was chatting to you earlier, but it's just polite to ask. I decided to push myself and stream. I'm actually feeling awake now. I've got a coffee, and I think some of it was a food coma. We were talking Castlevania. Did we summon you? Angel's been playing Castlevania 4 for the first time, and I'm suggesting that she plays Rondo. Retro and Roster, how are you? What am I doing? I don't want that. No, I do want that. You made Nate frozen. Yeah, like, are you planning on sleeping at all? Like, did you sleep? I feel like, yeah. But when I was chatting to you earlier, I was thinking, like, shouldn't you be going to sleep? Am I keeping you up? Lurking in the shadows. Waiting for somebody to say Castlevania. But yeah, back to this being like a baby RPG. I think as well, Techie Rob, the reason that you shouldn't say that is because I think that it was actually a lot of people's first RPGs, especially probably people my age and European, maybe, because we didn't get these turn-based RPGs because we just only got the action RPGs. Oh shit! What did he just say? I missed it. Tits. Can I get it on my phone? Haha! I missed completely. We'll never know. We will never know. Is it that important? He said probably some bollocks about you'll have to catch me, ha ha ha, and flew away. That really bugs me. Even though I've played this game before, it really bothers me that I just skip the dialogue. Found out that IMO's out of St. Louis sells frozen versions of their pizza, so I've been getting those. I'm really confused with the words in that sentence. I'm not gonna lie. IMO's out of St. Louis. I was waiting for you, little beasts. Is that what he said? Well, I'm sure he said. I'm sure he said something else. Is there a game script? FFMQ. It's a short enough game, so I might have written the script. I'm not letting this go now. Oh, someone's written the script. How lovely. Don't you love these older games when people used to write scripts? Pazuzu. Are you normal? He says, I was waiting for you, little beasts. Apologies, Techie Rob. You're right. Well, what? That makes no sense, though. He clearly wasn't waiting, because he ran away. Waiting for you, little beasts. I believe you. I believe you. I'm wrong, I concede. But yeah, so anyway, I think like because this game is a lot of people's first, that's probably why people get a bit ruffled when you say like, oh, it's a baby's RPG. I've defended it more in the past. I think going through it again, and even the last time I went through it, like, it's It's pretty simple, isn't it? I've used the wrong item. Never mind. But is that so bad? I think it does the job that it set out to do. I think it achieves what it wanted to achieve. I mean, it got me into RPGs. So, job done. That's it. One person got into RPGs. I didn't know that this was even part of the franchise when I first played it, so... I wonder if 7, 8-year-old me would have been able to handle, like, a different RPG at the time. I don't know. What was your first RPGs, everybody? Was anybody this? I'm just smacking the microphone now. Hi, bike. I don't know if to say hello after that. I feel like I already did. Hi, bike. Hi. First RPG must be in the 80s. Jack was playing it last week. A lot of first time baby RPG for babies. Meh. I don't think it's for babies. I think it's a bit condescending. I'm the Beholder. Oh, I suppose, yeah. Okay, let me rephrase that. Although I'm still interested about all RPGs in general. But how about first JRPG? Because, I mean, I guess I watched my brother-in-law playing Dungeon Master. No, Dungeon Keeper. I don't know if that's a... Is that a... No, it is an RPG, isn't it? On the Atari ST. Suikoden, wow, what a good one. To be fair, though, that's my next RPG after this. So this one sort of broke the ice, and then RPG. Suikoden was like the one that I stayed forever after that. SF2. Oh, Shining Force. I'm having a moment. Yeah, I missed Shining Force completely. I would have probably loved it, but yeah, just missed it. They were expensive though, those Mega Drive games, weren't they? I don't know about Shining Force though, but maybe the tactical side of it put my brother off. Because I basically just played what my brother bought. I didn't have an income at that age, so I played whatever I got for Christmas, which was usually, from my parents, was usually things like Taz Escape from Mars. And then my brother picked games. I think my brother said one of his friends had Shining in the Darkness though, but I never got to play it. But he liked it. Rented it, didn't like it, learned how to play JRPGs and realized I didn't like JRPGs the first time I played them, though, too. Like, I played this was my first one I played. I mean, it grew on me as I played it, but I remember I started it and I thought it was really stupid. Like, I was getting really angry. I remember being in the level forest at the start and, like, trying to hit something. And it kept missing, and I was like, why is it missing? That's so bullshit. And then the computer was hitting me, and I was just like, this is so fixed. The computer's cheating, I keep missing, it always hits, that's such bollocks. And now I make a whole point of buying RPGs. I collect them pretty much at this point. I mean, I think collect's an ugly word when it comes to video games, but that's, I accumulate RPGs. Because I intend to play them. I don't see games as collector's pieces. I see them as things to play. Definitely played it before Shining Force 1. Shining Force is mine, but I probably would count as an RPG. Yeah, I don't know either. I've heard some people say that it is. I've sort of said the same thing, but I've not played it myself, so I can't truly comment. But I always thought it looked, at least to me, more like a tactical game. But doesn't it have... I think, is it Shining Force 2 that's a lot more RPG, like got towns and items and whatever? Chrono Cross Legend of Mana was some first. Well, that's quite late then, if you played Eye of the Beholder before that. Shining Force on the Saturn. JRPGs were really expensive, they were. Tough to get hold of. I remember it took me about a year to find a used copy. See, I always remember, my brother particularly talks about it. The game that could have been was Phantasy Star 3. That cover was so iconic. I remember seeing it in the back of like other games that I had. There was like a poster thing, I think, and it was like I think it was advertising like Shining Force 2, maybe. Phantasy Star 3, no, Phantasy Star 4 it was advertising. I'm getting my wires crossed, but I remember Phantasy Star 3's cover. I think it was in that. Was it in that spread that showcased like all the Mega Drive games that were out at the moment? Not the RPGs, just games in general. Sorry, I was like doing lots of gesturing with my hand, that's why I wasn't playing the game. Not that it makes any difference. But yeah, the cover with the robot guy coming down the stairs and the medieval knight like standing at the bottom looking up and is so sort of iconic to me. And my brother said he can remember seeing it in the shops and stuff, and always like just the cover really struck him and he really wanted it, but it was just so bloody expensive. Was it something, I think it retailed in the UK at like $59.99 or something, which is like obscene back then. It'd be like, what, £90 now or something? You had the big twist of Phantasy Star 4 spoiled by a friend just before you reached it. Definitely 4 then, not 3. I know which twists. I know the twist for 4 though. That sucks. So I knew the I can't remember. I think I did know the one for 4. I knew the twist for Phantasy Star 3 before I played it because that was sort of the only thing anybody talks about. In fact, I knew all of them. I knew the twist. I knew the thing for 2. I knew what happened in 2. I knew what happened in 3, and I knew what happened in 4 because it's what always gets mentioned in YouTube videos. I played 1 years ago on Game Boy. Panzer Dragoon Saga, €500 to €5,000. Yeah, that's mad. It wasn't at the time though, but yeah, it would be now. Hey Jamesy, how are you? I should probably cure her blindness, but I'm trying to cure my own at the moment. I've got some smudge on my lens and it's doing my head in. I've been really disappointed I couldn't jump. Yeah, I think I like this because you could jump and use your swords and stuff. Suikoden I love from the get-go though, but I'd already played this at that point. Suikoden just totally... I made a post about it on social media because the creator just passed away. Suikoden was such a special game for me. It really just solidified my love for RPGs. I bought it at the same... I've told this story 100 times, but I bought it at the same time as Final Fantasy VII, which still blows my mind today that I bought probably my 2 favourite games of all time on the exact same shopping trip and put up the... Like, what a crazy year, like, or 2 that was. Like, the kind of games that were coming out on the PlayStation was just obscene. But I remember I took Final Fantasy VII home and it was all like graphical powerhouse FMVs. That was something. That was exciting. The music was amazing, the graphics. But then Suikoden just, in my opinion, has a far more compelling story. I still love Final Fantasy VII and it has a good story, but Suikoden's story was so exciting and rich and so many characters and so much like mystique and intrigue going on. I couldn't put it down, and I ended up playing all of Suikoden first, and I played Final Fantasy VII off and on at the same time, but I really went rushing through Suikoden. I couldn't get enough of it. And then after that, I went straight through the Final Fantasy VII as well, and loved that too. I think 7 confused me a bit at first. I couldn't really understand because the 3D was a bit weird, whereas Suikoden looked like a Super Nintendo game, so it was a lot more comfortable. It was one of the early PlayStation games that I had. It's the first one I tried, but you couldn't get into. Didn't play this particular sort of RPG style here until a few years ago. Do you like Japanese RPGs much then, Retro? I remember watching you playing Phantasy Star 1. It's hard going, but they're quite fun. I've been really disappointed. I read that one, didn't I? They both have that. Is that Shining? No. Has a lack of exploration and talent. Is that Shining in the Darkness? Phantasy Star 2. I didn't play Phantasy Star 2 until only about 5 years ago? 6 years ago? But I've never played Phantasy Star 2 in its original version. I've only played the remake of it on the PlayStation 2, which is it's basically the same game but not. I should play the original, and I will. We'll do it on the Mega Drive challenge, but I'm just sort of savouring it because, you know, it's a classic. There's not many RPGs on the platform. Encourage me to give this sort of game a try. It's very nice. I mean, if you enjoy, I mean, the thing is with JRPGs, if you don't like them, you don't like them, and I think there's There's no half liking them really. You just do or you don't. It's very. But if you think you enjoy it at all, like definitely give them a go. But it's hard to. I think it's hard to get into them if if you don't like them, which is pretty common sense. That sentence is amazing. But I just remember growing up, like my friends and stuff. You know, you just have friends that they just don't like them. I mean, one of my best friends. He just didn't really ever get into them really much. But mind you, saying that, there were certain RPGs that he did like. He liked Legend of Dragoon and Wild Arms. So, it just depends. I think it has to have a bit more than just... I like the structure of JRPGs, I like the gameplay. I find it really relaxing. I think whereas he needed more like a story or characters that was particularly grabbing his attention. I like that too, but I will play like... I mean, I'll play this in my like 30s and I just find it chill. I think the thing that I love the most about RPGs is they don't require physical skill. They don't require reaction. Well, they, to an extent, they don't require reactions. They don't require, you know, god gamer skills. It's all thinking. It's all decision making, and that's what I've always liked about it. Like, and people say that like with RPGs, like, oh yeah, you can just like level grind, and it makes them easy. It's like, it's not true. It depends on the RPG. I think some more modern RPGs, yes, that's somewhat true, but older RPGs, like even if you level up, they're still not easy. And also, people that are really good at RPGs don't need to over-level. They just get on with it, you know? I enjoyed Sweet Home. I haven't played that one yet. I probably should. Oh, I shouldn't be using wind spells in a wind dungeon, should I? Shinyfall's Guide took away the exploration and the towns were just menus. Yeah, that's always sort of been a shame for me. Meeting up with you is confirming I've been pronouncing Suikoden. I forgot about that, yeah. I mean, I'm still saying it with a bit of a twang, but yeah. Suikoden is the vowels for it. I think I always called it that as well. What did I think so. Suiko. Yeah, because I heard some people say like Suikoden, which is kind of, I don't know. Yeah, Suikoden. It's weird. It's one of those words though that I find hard to say, like karaoke. I can't stop saying it how I've always said it because it's just in my vocabulary now. And it also makes me think of, have you played Metal Gear Solid where you get Psycho Mantis going like, ah, I see you've been playing Suikoden. I had that. That freaked me out. Why isn't she up? See, I'm still adjusting, and I still feel like whenever I say like Jinogue, nobody's gonna know what I'm talking about. Techie Rob, you call it, don't you call it Gynog? I think Barley Bap calls it Gynog as well. I always called it, me and my brother, we always called it Jinogue. Stop self-destructing! But it is actually called Jinogue. Well, according to the Japanese pronunciation. Seeing as it's a made-up word, I'll let them do what they please. I think it's a made-up word anyway. But I still feel weird saying Jinogue. I always want to say Jinogue. I like to make up words too. Retro, inter, ossitor. My brother appreciates your name. He knows what it's from. You always called it Jin-oog. Really? Jin-oog. Jin-oog. You're almost there then, I guess. Jin-oog. It's called Gynoog. I'd call it Gynoog. We called it Gynoog. I think maybe we were thinking like gyro or something. I don't know. Gynoog. Give up? No. Oh, why am I dying? I'm on autopilot. I can't be bothered to even think. Right, come on then, go away. I'm trying to think what else I used to find strange to pronounce. Oh, are they reflecting spells? I'm not even paying attention. That's why we're dying. Oops. Alright, well let's stop using magic spells on the reflecting eyes. What else is a weird one to pronounce? Cool countdown, he is. My sister knows what it's from as well. Mostly from Mystery Science Theatre. But I think my brother already knew the film before that. Sort of a bit of a cult thing. Here's one for you, Retro Interroster. That's sort of a cult one, a British film. Anybody else too, though? And especially because we're looking at this enemy right now. But has anybody ever heard of the Trollenberg Terror? Old 60s black and white British horror movie. Has a different name. I think it has multiple titles. I know it as the Trollenberg Terror, but I think it's also called The Invisible Eye. And also like Terror, no, at the cliff height or something, I don't know. Love the Trollenberg Terror. Why am I not surprised? I haven't seen it for years. My brother made me watch it when I was young. Mispronounced Soleil for years. Oh, yeah. I always called Soleil, Soleil. Soleil. It was like a Doctor Who thing with no Doctor Who. Very true, yeah. Isn't it also like, what's that other one? I didn't watch it, but isn't there Quartermass as well? The Quartermass Experiment. I always thought I should watch that, actually. Crawling Eye might be a different title. Oh, that is the name, isn't it? Not the Invisible Eye, the Crawling Eye. That is it. The other, that's the alternative title for Trollenberg Terror. I think in America it was called the Crawling Eye, perhaps. And also just some places, some screenings. When I saw it on the TV, though, it was called the Trollenberg Terror. I think the Trollenberg Terror is a better name than the Crawling Eye. Right on the title. What, Crawling Eye? Officially quarter to rhyme with crater. Quater? Quatermass. Oh yes, there's no R. Quatermass Experiment. Watch that. I used to love the old Doctor Who's. That was what I kind of grew up watching. I've said this before because I used to watch it. It used to come on after Blake 7 on UK Gold, the Doctor Who omnibus. And I used to love Pyramids of Mars. And Robots of Death and Planet of the Daleks. Those are my favourites. Watch them again and again. Should we pronounce in Deus Ex? Is it Deus? Deus Ex? Deuce. I think I've read it like that before. Deus Ex Machina, isn't it? That's all I know it from. No, don't exit. I probably should pay attention to what I'm doing in this game, which I have not been doing. Oh, sci-fi. Today is sci-fi. I don't even watch today, so I think the last good sci-fi that I really watched was Zero Gravity. I saw it in the cinema in 3D. That was amazing. Really. I've never seen Zero Gravity since, though. Wait, was it called Zero Gravity? Wasn't it just called Gravity? It was called Zero Gravity in Japan for some reason. They added Zero on, I think. The one with what's the face in? Sandra Bullock. But I watched that and I've never seen it again since, and I'm not sure I'm interested in ever watching it again either. But in the cinema, in the dark, in like IMAX 3D, it was an experience. Like I really, like, you felt like you were in space. It was so cool, and I don't think it would. I think that was the film's strength, just the incredible filming of it. I'm not sure about watching it just on the TV later. It's a good story though. I did enjoy it. I remember like literally wanting to like hold my breath while I was watching it. It was that immersive. Sandra Bullock, yeah, she's good, Sandra Bullock. We were talking about this in Cobra Commander stream the other day, and I put Sandra Bullock forward as well too. You know, some actresses and actors, like, they're just, you kind of don't, they don't always like do the best films, but it's like when they do, they're really, really good. Did you see X, the Unknown? That movie in 3D was known to make some people a little fake. Maybe, yeah. It was good. I'm trying to think what else I've seen now that's like sort of old sci-fi. Do you know what I do love? And I need to re-watch. I haven't seen it for ages. Not quite the same thing, but Flash Gordon. Love the 80s Flash Gordon movie. I haven't seen Practical Magic. I probably should watch that, because I like Charmed. Isn't Nicole Kidman in that? I recently watched Speed when I was on the plane. Not last Christmas, the Christmas before. I watched Speed for the first time. I'd never seen it. She was good in that. Waha! You can't catch me. And off he goes. Some of the Love, Death, Robot shorts were great modern sci-fi. I like Neil Blomkamp's work. District 9. Oh, I've seen District 9. I've forgotten about that. I haven't seen it for years. Practical Magic, Stockholm Channing. Oh, she's not! As in, who's Stockholm Channing? She's the one in Greece, right? I was watching a bit of the Oscars from like '93 or something, randomly on YouTube. YouTube just decided that it needed to be in my life. And who was it that won? Somebody won the Oscars. I can't remember now. Well, duh. But Stockholm Channing was nominated for something, and I'd never even heard of the film, and I was just like, I didn't realise Stockholm Channing was still making movies at that point. So you never gotten into the X? No, and I kind of want to. My friend's been watching them all on like Disney Plus or whatever, and X-Files has always been something that I've kind of thought I should watch, because I watched a lot of the stuff. It was just I was a little bit too young for the X-Files. Like, I remember it existing, but I was just like not quite so interested yet. But then I was like watching Buffy and Charmed and, you know, all that sort of like Monster of the Week format stuff. Flash Gordon's great. He's just a man though. The set production on that film is great too. And just all the names, all the people in that. A lot of British actors. Forget Richard O'Brien's in it. And Timothy Dalton. I feel like Timothy Dalton should have been more than he was. But that's just how it goes, isn't it? Season of them on BBC in the early 90s. Ryan Rush's years, yeah, Gordon's alive. I don't even need to, do I? There's so many quotes in that film though as well, that's the thing. Open fire! What was it? Dispatch War Rocket Ajax to bring back his body. I haven't seen Flash Gordon in a good hot minute. Maybe next Christmas I should watch that with my sister because she likes that. Mostly because she loves Queen. The music is great on Flash as well though, that's the thing. I don't know what else is good. You know what's a good, well, it's not modern though, but it's more modern than what we've been talking about, but Starship Troopers. I watched that over Christmas with my nephew, he'd never seen it before. It was really good. I mean, I've seen it before. I love Starship Troopers. I think it's really underrated. Because it didn't do very well at the time, did it? It's a great film. I was really shocked though that because it's on Disney Plus and stuff, and it's like rated 16 now. And I'm not being like a prude or whatever, but I don't think Starship Troopers is age appropriate for 16-year-olds. Like, I think 16-year-olds can watch it if they want, but it shouldn't be being condoned. That's just my thoughts. Like, I feel like if you give something an 18, 16-year-olds might watch it, but there's still that acknowledgement that it's rated 18. But if you rate it 16, then you're going to get like 12-year-olds watching it, you know? And 11-year-olds and 10-year-olds, because it's only a 16. I think that movie's pretty full on. I've noticed though when I was back though, I was bored and I was looking up the British, this is specifically about British film ratings, but I was looking up ratings of a lot of British films, and they've re-rated loads of stuff now. They've knocked everything down in years. Like Alien is no longer an 18, it's 15 I think. Starship Troopers is a 15, which blows my mind. Rocky Horror is now a 12 I think, which I don't think it's thematically appropriate for 12-year-olds. I think it's I don't know, I don't think they would quite understand the point of the film yet. It's weird what they're marking down. Brian Blessed is wonderful. Lost in Summons to the Quatermass. They aired them all at 11 slot. Just run out for the Flash just this today. Oh no! Is it related to Flash Gordon? Or is it just the coincidence it's called Flash? The creator recently was a Rogue One director. Oh, I loved Rogue One. That was a good film. You could even ignore the fact that that's Star Wars, it was just a good film. Starship is a great one, great director. Yeah, I've been really getting into his movies because I need to watch Total Recall. But what else did he do that I've seen? I watched RoboCop for the first time because I wanted to get ready for this Mega Drive stuff. Share the sub-anniversary, I had no interest. Oh, thank you. 7 months, thank you for Shiash. How are you doing? I appreciate it. Played Rocky Horror on the Specky, age 9, it didn't affect you. Well, how's the game? I don't even know if I've seen that, how's that? I watched The Creator, well maybe it didn't work for me. Could have been an hour shorter. And less about the violence. It stuck with me too, and I think you're not the only person to say that. Like, I know somebody else as well. That brain sucking bit at the end, like, that traumatized me. I think I saw Starship Troopers when I was like 14, about 15 maybe. I saw Starship Troopers, maybe 14. But again, like, I knew I was watching an 18. I knew what I was watching, you know what I mean? Whereas I think if it was rated 15, I would have been very shocked, because I probably would have been watching it, I don't know, when I was like 11 or something instead. Because I didn't really like to watch. I was sort of policed myself too, mostly because I think other people put the fear of God into me, but like, I didn't really watch anything rated 18 until I was probably about 15-ish, unless it was just for like bad language and stuff, and sex, I guess. I'm trying to think what the first 18 I ever watched was. Possibly... I don't even know. Maybe even Scream? Starship Troopers? I'm trying to think. I remember Batman was a very early 15 that I watched, but then again I watched things like, didn't Big used to be a 15 or was it a 12? The Tom Hanks film. It'd be a PG these days, but it didn't used to be because it has some sort of sexually suggestive scenes and bad language. I remember watching Big with my sister because, you know, just it's not that bad of a film, but they just have to give it a rating because you can't lie and say it doesn't have bad language when it does. I watched The Three Fugitives as well when I was quite young, which is 15. I used to watch that with my mum, which is that film with Nick Nolte and Martin Short in, and that's got terrible language at the start, like loads of, I think it's got quite a few F-bombs at the beginning. But I remember being quite young, but my mum was just like, being like, whatever, it's just a bit of bad language, we'll be fine. When you get hit, you get naked. You do cover yourself up. That's bizarre. Been having internet problems all day, which is a massive pain. But let's get good enough singers who watch this. Turn me down to 320 or something. Social Trip is also one of the first R films I saw. Yeah, but like, I don't think there's anything like. I don't feel like it's being prudish or being like negative to be sort of protective of younger minds in that sense. Like, yeah, some people watch like Alien when they were like 6. Well, good for you, you know? Like, and if your parents decided that that was fine for you, that's fine. But I don't think as a global, like as a standard, we should be saying that. Like, all children are different, and I personally, if I was I'm not planning on ever having children, but if I was having children, I wouldn't be showing them Alien at age 6. But that's just my call to make, you know? And I think you need those ratings just to help you make decisions. And like I said, I don't feel like most people follow the age ratings down to the T anyway, but it just gives parents a sort of guideline. Like if a movie's rated 18, perhaps you need to watch it first before you let your kids watch it, but if it's rated a 12, it's probably fine. Do you know what I mean? And they're 10, like it's probably fine. But if it's an 18, you need to perhaps check it out first. Like, you know your kids and you know their tolerance. And I think it seems to me like it's almost become like a response to streaming. That this has gone the way it is, but I think like it should be even more protective because of streaming, because like kids can have a crazy amount of access to films now just at a click of a button. You don't even know what films are in your house now because there's no watershed unless you set up a parental control. I don't know why I'm so invested in this conversation, but it must be hard work. See, I generally knew, you know, growing up as a kid, like anything on after 9 o'clock was probably going to be adult. Most media, maybe less on music, so less the visual element. I bet movies pretty tiny, yeah. I think it's important too. I think you should know what your children are watching all the time, or at least like appear to have boundaries and rules. Because I mean, it's like, you know, I was watching films at my friend's house, like at a sleepover or whatever, but it's like my mum didn't know. And I was playing, like my mum wouldn't have liked me playing Mortal Kombat. I still played it, but I feel like I don't know, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that kids shouldn't play Mortal... Well, I am saying that kids shouldn't play modern Mortal Kombat, but what my Mortal Kombat was, like, I don't think kids should not be playing Mortal Kombat 1 on the Mega Drive, but I don't think that at a very young age, like, as a parent, you should be, like, going, hey, kids, why don't you play this? But, you know, they're gonna just sneakily... And also, like, kids, it's fun as a kid to do something a bit rebellious in that kind of a way, I think, as well. Like, you know, like, oh, my mum wouldn't be happy about this. That's sort of thrilling, but I do think that modern Mortal Kombat is a bit much. I don't think I wouldn't have wanted to play when I was, because I was a bit sheepish, when I was in like elementary, primary school, I wouldn't have wanted to play the modern Mortal Kombat. That would have freaked me out. It's way too intense. Oh, I can't be arsed with all these status elements in this dungeon. Please stop. It's pretty impossible to control. Yeah. I think it is with most stuff though. With streaming and everything, it must be really hard. My brain's not functioning. What does Refresher do? Does that not bring people back to life? I thought it did. Censored M games on my incursions for a bit coming over. Yeah, I mean, and GTA is a lot. Like, I mean, not. I try not to be too judgmental, but like, I know, like, if like one of my friends, like kids, is like playing GTA, I kind of just like, do you think that's wise? Like. I don't... It's not just the violence. There's so much in GTA that's not appropriate. It's the sex, it's the language, it's the drugs, it's the violence. It's just... It's way too much. I mean, I think as a teenager, whatever. I don't think you need to actually be 18 to play Grand Theft Auto, but I don't think you should be prepubescent and playing it at all. Like, I'm also a bit of a... I don't know, I'm a bit old-fashioned in the sense that I like kids to kind of remain a little bit pure as long as they can. I think the world is such a dark and crappy place when you're older. Like, just enjoy not knowing about it all while you can. What am I playing? I'm playing Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, I am. Do you not know this one? For me, it's more about vetting what I get them or put on the TV. Little Timmy, I just beat up a hole for my money back. Exactly. At least be like teenage Timmy. I mean, I played Grand Theft Auto 1, I think, when I was about... I don't know, when did it come out? Probably wasn't too long after. It was a little bit after, but... when was Grand Theft Auto on the PlayStation? I remember playing the first game when it was fairly new. Ish. I'm actually looking at the date now. Or was it Grand Theft Auto 2? I was probably about 11, 12, 10 when I played Grand Theft Auto 1. I think that's about okay. And I mean, I was very aware that my mother would not be happy about this game. Why are these enemies just being arses? I can't even bother to keep thinking what I need to do next. Keep petrifying him. Oh my god. Give up? Kinda. Not the first time I read a swear word watching... Yeah, I mean, I remember I didn't even understand half the crap that they were saying in Grand Theft Auto 1. I don't even know. Some of the words that they were using, I was just like, I don't even know what that is. I've told this story before, that I still remember borrowing one. This was when I was a little bit older, probably like 13 or 14 at this point. I remember borrowing Grand Theft Auto off a friend and playing it on my TV. And it was like a little mono speaker that points to the exit of my bedroom door. I remember like I'd just finished this mission. I crashed the car or something, and it was like I'd picked up this guy and he picked up a hooker, and then the car had exploded, and it said something about she like choked on his manhood as my mum was like coming up the stairs, and I was like frantically trying to grab the TV control and mute the game. Oh, even older Mortal Kombat gave me nightmares. It was too... I don't know, it didn't bother me. I was squeamish as a kid, but somehow the older Mortal Kombats just seemed a bit silly. I specifically remember not wanting to play Phantasmagoria though. I mean, I've played it now. It's quite funny because it's really... I probably wouldn't have liked it as a kid though, but I remember my friend having Phantasmagoria 2, I think, and they were like, do you want to play this? And I remember looking at the box and it had an 18 certificates on it, and I could see it was like real people. I was like, I am not playing this game. No way. No way. It's too scary looking for me. I was scared to play Resident Evil though, so... Phantasmagoria was censored for you, there you go. I remember playing Resident Evil 1 the first time at my brother's, and I was really scared to play it, and so we played it together, and he was talking me through it, like, it's not that bad, it'll be fine. I was probably like 14, I think. So I was really late to get into like horror and stuff. A lot of my problems with like horror films and games though was more my imagination of it. When I started to watch them and play them, they were never as bad as I imagined. But I'd sort of traumatized myself with some films when I was younger, and it had put me off them. There's one in particular that I remember was, it took me ages to track it down, but it's I think it's Tales from the Crypt, and it's like Night of the Demon or something, or Demon Night. It was like a 1993 movie or something, I don't know. I think I saw it on the TV when I was like 7, and I saw this scene with this little girl, and she's like flicking through this comic book or something, and she turns into this demon, and she shoots her tongue out at this guy and rips his heart out of his chest. And oh my god, I was traumatized. And I remember telling my sister, and my sister was like, you shouldn't, because I used to sleep downstairs when I stayed at my sister's on the sofa, and she'd leave me like to watch TV or something, but she'd always tell me to be careful what you're watching, and I wasn't careful. And it traumatized me. Shouldn't have been up late watching naughty horror movies. Why is this such a bit of pain in the arse? Like, I'm trying to autopilot it. I'm too busy chatting and playing. Stop. This game is irritating in that sense, I think, though. Much like Legend of Heroes 1, like the amount, everything just loves to do status effects on you, which doesn't go very well with autopilot. I'm not paying attention. I'll read the game. That'll help, right? Let's read the game. She's poison, but we'll deal with her later. Myself, she influenced on me. Saw Duke Nukem. I remember playing Duke Nukem at a friend's house when I was younger. What traumatized anybody? I'm curious. I specifically remember Night of the Tales of the Crypt did it for me. Right, let's try and speed up killing these things. It's just annoying because some of them seem to be like strong against magic. Just really slowing down the process. They're strong against earth attacks. I remember if I need to do this bit. I mean, that's when you know that the AI is up to shenanigans. The fact that that eye of the beholder healed itself on the same turn that I hit it. Like, how did it know to heal? Maybe a lucky guess? I saw this creep show, I think, with Stephen King as the main actor. He chases this plant man and ends up offering himself in visceral fashion. Ooh, I don't know what that is. It's a Demon Girl song thing, trying to look at it on YouTube. It's Tales of the Crypt. Demon Knight, I think. It's got Jada Pinkett Smith in it and Billy Zane. You can find the bit. It's like this guy's death scene near the end of the movie, I think. This white guy gets killed. I think Jada Pinkett Smith is in the scene, I can't remember now. But it's this sort of like, he's got like blondish brownish hair, he looks a bit like, I don't know, late 30s-ish guy. I think it's her dad actually. I haven't seen the film, I just remember that bit. Was that a real question, by the way, Doan? I'm confused. The whole thing seems super violent. I mean, it's a horror film, really, but... It's just this little girl turns into a demon monster thing. I mean, I didn't like the end of Ghost. You know, Patrick Swayze, the guy getting sliced on the window. When I was younger, I didn't like that. I liked the film, but didn't like that bit. So what's that there for? I'm trying to think what else would have traumatized me. Edward Scissorhands scared me the first time I saw it, but that's because I watched it like out of sequence and didn't understand the film. I thought he was a serial killer, but I only saw like little bits of the film, and I kept changing the channel because it kept freaking me out, so I didn't understand the story at all. I thought he was like a Freddy Krueger. Do you know, I have to say that Freddy Krueger is the worst horror film ever though, because I still have nightmares about Freddy Krueger. I have nightmares about the movies on TV and I can't turn it off. And it's like he's in my television and I unplug the TV and it's still playing and I'm like, no! Oh, why have I used that? Because they're strong against Earth. Such a waste. We had this poster of Godzilla. It was a kid that scared me massively, like not the same as in the films. Oh, my brother had all these horrible posters when I was a kid. I hated them. He had loads of Iron Maiden posters, and they were awful. Like, he had this one of, I hated it. It was for the Fear of the Dark album. It's like this monster thing coming out this tree. I couldn't stand it. But my brother had a giant poster on his door. You can still buy them, I think. He had a full-on poster on his door of the alien from Alien bursting through a door, and so it looks like it's bursting through the door. I hated that poster. I mean, I was weird. Like, I would turn. It's just kid stuff, though. things that used to freak me out, like books and stuff, I would turn them over so I couldn't see them. I remember I used to like to read Goosebumps, but I didn't. There was one that was like Return of the Mummy or something, and it had this mummy like coming out of this slime on the cover. I had to turn it over. I mean, I wanted to read the book and stuff, but when I was going to sleep, I had to turn the cover over. I didn't like it. Aren't kids weird? Or was it just me? Saw an Elm Street documentary recently. John Sass was talking about taking his 12-year-old to the premiere. I was like, yeah, he'd probably been on set. He's probably been on set, but it's a choice. Yeah. I do think so. It's a good film though, Elm Street, but yeah, it's not really appropriate. It's a scary. It's just a. It's even if the film itself isn't like that scary, the concept is terrifying. Because it's literally gonna give you nightmares, and that's what it's about. I'm not like totally that big on horror though. Like I like horror, but it has to have a good story. And there's certain horror that I don't want to watch. It depends. I'm not particularly into that like torture porn genre that they call it. Like I don't really want to watch Hostel and things like that. It doesn't really appeal. Where it's just for the sake of it. I don't even know where to begin. This is such a pain in the arse. Just chased with this book of scary dinosaur illustrations. My brother had this tiny little monster, this little green monster cardboard cutout thing, and I hated it. And he gave it this name, which I won't repeat, mostly because it's ridiculous. And he used to put it in my room on the wall, but too high, so I couldn't reach it to take it down, and I fucking hated it. Aren't brothers just assholes? Same brother though borrowed this game and I got to play it for the first time, so there you go. Oh, for God's sake, this game. Stop. Petrify is such a load of toss. I've always had a weird phobia about like being eaten as well. Like as a kid, like like giants and stuff. You know, like the BFG. And I remember I really didn't like The Enormous Crocodile by Roald Dahl, and I mean I like the book, but the book I used to have to turn it over. I couldn't look at the cover of it before I was going to sleep. Had to be hidden away, put in a drawer. Somebody kill one of these enemies. And I had nightmares about The Enormous Crocodile. Always used to end the same way. It'd be like my mom would be hiding me in the room, and the enormous crocodile is coming because he's hungry and he needs to eat children from the village. And my mom would hide me, and then he'd like come into my room and pull off the covers, and then I'd wake up screaming. Fun. I had some weird dreams when I was a kid though. I had one of my favourite dreams that I remember just for being utterly weird was that I dreamt that I was Fred Flintstone and I went to the shopping centre with Betty and Barney and Wilma, and we started going up the escalator, and then I fell through a trap door into this like cave, and acid started pouring into the cave, and Betty, Barney and Wilma had like jagged teeth and were like looking down into the cave and laughing at me. I don't know. I think I just, yeah, troubled. Can you not do that? I was just thinking of famous Freds. Then you said that. Fred Flintstone. Never really did any horror stuff as a kid. No, I was too scared of it. I still am a little bit. I don't want to watch stuff, but I'll read it. I'll read the synopsis for. I read loads of horror movies, Wikipedia pages, but I don't watch them. Sometimes though, the movies probably aren't as bad as my imagination reading it. But I've read a lot of horror films. Like I've read Hostel, but I don't want to watch it. But I'm kind of like secretly interested. So like I'll read the synopsis and then just look at a few images on Google Image Search. But I don't want to watch the film. Oh, we need that chest, whatever it is. What's your favourite horror films? Mine's Scream. I love Scream. I think it's brilliant. I like Halloween as well. And Alien, because I consider Alien a horror film. I think Alien's fantastic. I don't really watch modern horror. Audition. I don't think you have said that before. Not here. Audition's quite good. I've read the book. I've read the book in English though. I have the book in Japanese actually, but I've not bothered to read it yet. Maybe that's when you have said it then, and maybe I've forgotten, because I feel like we've talked about that before at least. Is it that bad? Then usually, yep. Yeah, but I think sometimes when you read it, it sounds much worse than what they actually show in the screen. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah. I mean, it's like I just told you, that little girl turns into a demon and her tongue lashes out and she rips out this man's heart. Probably sounds much worse than if you actually watch it. Yeah. I think also because it's less scary when it's words on a page, but then afterwards you feel a bit like, oh, what did I just read? The last bit of the news is really hard to watch. Audition didn't bother me. I knew it was coming though, and yeah, I winced a little bit, but I have a needle phobia. Ooh, we found Flair. Good. I do have a needle phobia though. That's the only thing that bothered me, but yeah, the rest of it, not so much. I think it's a really good film. Got horrors like that, but struggle to pick a favourite. Beyond the Grave, don't know that. Beyond the Grave. Night of the Living Dead's quite good, actually. The original. Reminds me a bit of like, what's that other film? Assault on Precinct 13. That sort of hostage energy. Yeah, I don't like that. Come on, Flair. I hope this works well. Speed up the combat, please. That's better. I really need a throat sweet. I didn't really buy any. What else I like? I prefer thrillers, to be honest. I think I prefer thrillers to horror. Like, I like things like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Silence of the Lambs. Copycat was good. I watched that recently. Cape Fear was really good. I like things like that. I like that sort of like the tension. I like to be thrilled rather than horrified, I think. And I like it when they sort of mix the two sometimes too. Psychological thrillers are usually really good. Love Silence of the Lambs. And much less so Hannibal. But I would say in a way that Audition's kind of like a thriller. In a way. It's thrillery, horror-y. It's more like a rom-com gone wrong. Oh! My favourite horror film, which is sort of not really a horror film, but I can't say too much without spoiling it. It's kind of a horror film. It's like a horror film and a thriller and a drama. Is A Tale of Two Sisters, a Korean film. That's my favourite. It's one of my favourite films, period. I think it's a gorgeous film. I need to watch that again. I haven't seen it for so long. It's such a stunning movie. And it makes me so sad. It had a remake though, and unfortunately, I feel like see, usually remakes don't bother me, but this is the perfect example of when I don't like a remake. So, A Tale of Two Sisters is just a perfect film. It's so good, the way that it's made. It doesn't need remaking, and the thing that upsets me about the fact that it got a remake is that unfortunately most people have seen the remake already first before they find the original, and it's kind of ruined them ever watching the original for the first time, and the remake is just shit. So that bothers me. Otherwise it's usually like whatever. It doesn't really matter that it exists because you could just watch both. Not a huge Harry Connick Jr. fan, but he was so weird. I don't feel like I've seen him in enough stuff anyway. I only really know him in Will and Grace, and yeah, he's kind of a bit annoying in that. I was really surprised to see him in Copycat. I feel like he did quite a lot of movies in the 90s. I like Society. I've seen Society. That's that body horror film, isn't it? I've seen that. It's probably a bit surprising to say that I've seen Society, but I had a friend's mom who remarried, and her husband was into a lot of horror films and stuff, and he made us watch it once. It wasn't bad. It was interesting. I think it needed a bit more work though. It felt like it was just missing something. Like I think it needed to go more into its message. I love the concept and the idea of the film. I came away feeling not quite satisfied with it. Not sure what it was missing. I think it just needed to go deeper and maybe even be a bit more grotesque. Shocking. Anything with John Carpenter, even the bad stuff. See, I was telling my friend we should watch Assault on Precinct 13 because that's quite good. That's John Carpenter, isn't it? I remember liking John Carpenter's Vampires at the time. This conversation was trying to track down the scene. Can never find where it was from. I was a little kid at the Jack in the box who ran it up to completion. It would cause him to die. Seen a car with someone drowning. Isn't there a toys film? There's a horror film, like an 80s toys film. About toys coming to life or something. Is it that? Oh, there we go, there's the switch. We needed one of those. So that stopped the elevator on this floor, I think. Body horror is interesting though, because I mean, The Fly is very good actually. Oh, I don't know if we even mentioned that. Society is a body horror film though, if you're wondering where that thought is coming from. If it's the Society that I'm thinking of anyway. A late 80s, early 90s film, isn't it? I don't even know if it's supposed to be going this way. Oh, why are we asleep? Has anybody actually seen A Tale of Two Sisters? Trying to remember what the remake was called. I think it was called The Uninvited. Yeah, The Uninvited, 2009 horror film that was a remake of it. Hate that film. Because it just didn't work. They made a mess of the story. I wish that bloody eyeball didn't have a reflection spell. Pazuzu's Tower, so this is the top, the 7th floor. Oh, we've already been here. Wait, was that just a loop? Must be. Up over here then. Oh, I've been here as well. There is a chest. Doo-doo-doo. I think we can go up and over the top of there, but I'm gonna wait. I feel like I wanna just backtrack a smidge. Oh, we've not been here. Fine. Never seen the Sisters film. Off on some 80s horror flick now. All early in the morning here. '80s horror kick now all early in the morning? You mean you're about to watch 80s horror films in the morning? You should watch Tale of Two Sisters if you haven't seen it. I really like it. Don't read anything about it, just watch it. Do you know what else I like? Just reminding me about some of my favourite films, but like thrillers. I love Perfect Blue. The animation. I just like films like that. I just like tense kind of thrillers with like interesting cinematography. And music. Music in film is so important to me. And I love the music in that, it's so creepy. Perfect Moon? No. Perfect Blue. It's pretty famous. I like all that director's films. I like all of his stuff. It's very sad that he passed away. Satoshi Kon. Perfect Blue is probably one of my favourites that he did, and I also like Millennium Actress, which is the next one that he did. That is totally different, but I love it. Super anime, I remember seeing the trailer long ago on the Ninja Scroll VHS. Ah, Ninja Scroll is good. Paranoia Agent, that's good. Although, I feel like Paranoia Agent didn't end very well. He did do Paprika, yeah. He did 4 films. Not really. He did Perfect Blue, Millennium Actress, Paprika, and Tokyo Godfathers, and then he did Paranoia Agent. I thought the ending of Paranoia Agent was a bit weak. I might have to go get another coffee soon. Probably should have done it a minute ago. I don't even know why I'm bothering with this, because like the baskets are not going to have anything good in it. Garuda. Whatever, we could use the items, I guess. Explosives. I just want the experience of killing the enemies again. But yeah, Paranoia Agent. I thought I'd just wait because I knew there was an ad break going off and I didn't know if you'd hear me or not. The ending was kind of drawn out. Yeah, it was just, I think the individual stories was very interesting, but the overall connecting story between all of them was not very good. Didn't make a lot of sense, and the final episode was just silly. Kind of reminded me of Akira in that way. Like I feel like the end of Akira doesn't really do a lot for me. It just gets a bit strange. The ending, it went from metaphor into I don't know. Yeah, it just got weird. But the individual stories are fantastic. Some of them, like the Suicide Club episode, is so funny. But of his stuff, I have to say, I think my all-time favourite is Millennium Actress. I think that is just such a beautiful film. And really needed more attention. I know that it was up against like Spirited Away that year and whatever, but it's a huge shame because I think it's a beautiful film. And I think it's also good because it's a movie that it's not like his other films like can be quite mature. Millennium Actress, I think most people can enjoy Millennium Actress. They probably bore kids though. But it's not like violence or anything. And it has gorgeous music. Millennium Actress is free on YouTube. Is it? I don't know. It was on Netflix at one point. I've only ever seen it in Japanese though, so I have no idea about the dub. If it's dubbed. Oh, it's not free in Japan though, I guess. But yeah, it's a wonderful film. I have it on DVD. Somewhere. Yeah, I was just talking the other night, I was talking to Chronogear about old anime stuff that I used to watch as a kid. It was, and we talk about Ninja Scroll. I watched that. And Battle Angel Alita, which I just rewatched with my friend the other weekend for the first time in years and years and years. I really want to, there's a Battle Angel Alita game on the PlayStation I really want to get at some point. It's just a little bit, like, it's kind of expensive, but it's also, the pricing for it's all over the place. Like, people are trying to sell it for 9,000 yen, but it's not worth 9,000 yen. It can be bought for like 5,000, which is, I'd be fine to pay 5,000 for it. Every time I see it, it's got like, oh, there you are. Every time I see it, it's always scruffy. Like damaged or dirty or scratched, and it doesn't come up that often in listings, so it's a pain in the arse. The only copies I've seen at the moment is like unopened copy that someone wants like fucking $3,000 for something. No, not 3,000, maybe 300. Yeah, $300. $300. And no, I don't care about it being unopened. I'm trying to think what else did I say? Ninja Scroll. Vampire Hunter D was one that I liked when I was younger. I have the game of that. I really want to read the books actually. I should do that. I did, speaking of Chronogear, I did just, I mean, you know this anyway, but I did just dig out my copies of the Berserk manga that I want to read at some point. So I kind of put all my stuff away when my ceiling was leaking. I bought the first 6 volumes of Berserk sometime last year, but I never got around to actually reading them. Ninja Scroll's on FSSC, love the art director's work, never remember his name. Oh, I'm terrible with remembering names, unless they're like something that comes up a lot. I don't even know, what else has he done? I have no idea. But maybe I would recognize the names. Ninja Scroll was a big film as well. I didn't even realize that. I watched Monster City and Wicked City back in the day. Well, back in my day, not when they were new. I used to record them all off the Sci-Fi Channel. Wicked City was so weird. Monster City wasn't as good, if I remember. And then, did anybody ever see, I think it was called Mermaid Forest? That was weird. I also really liked Vampire Princess Mew. The OVA. There's a TV series as well, but I never saw that. Do you know what I should do? Because I do like Vampire Princess Mew. I should, because I think it was a manga first. I should totally like get the manga somewhere. I always forget about these things. So I used to love that OVA. I'd like to see the original source material. Vampire Princess Bloodlust. You know, I've never seen Bloodlust. I've seen the first film so many times that I've never seen Bloodlust. And the game's based on Bloodlust, isn't it? Or have I seen Bloodlust? I don't think I have. Cyber City Oedo. For some reason I thought it was Oedo 8. I'm trying to remember the trailer in my head. I've never seen it though. Demon City. What's Demon City? Demon City. Yeah, the game isn't the game. I mean, neither. They're not really anything to be. They're based on books, aren't they? But because the game's not exactly the same, is it? He did Wicked City. Wicked City's good. What's Demon City? Excalibur. Yay! Oh no! Too much Excalibur. How much damage does Excalibur do? Demon City. Demon City Shinjuku. Oh, I've seen this. Years ago. Can't even remember it though. So what's Monster City then? Monster City was the one that... Oh wait, Monster City is Demon City. It's just a different title. Monster City is just a different name for Demon City, apparently. Yeah, so I was going to say I recognized it. I think maybe in the UK, Europe, it was called Monster City. How goes the tower climb? It's long. Should hit about 25-55 HP. Groan. I would laugh if that actually did it then. 1674. How are you doing, Kura? We're talking about animes. Or mangas. Do you remember that, Techie Rob? I don't know if you really watched much anime, but do you remember calling them manga? What, do you want to watch a manga? My brother used to call them mangoes to piss me off. Still does. I used to stay up late, set the VHS to record some manga. Come on, Excalibur. You're not cutting it. Oh, she's blind, so let's just have her do it. Midnight's with first out there is Mango's the only distributor of here, so that's what it got called. Yeah, I used to call it Mango. Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on, Mystic Quest. Manga OS sounds like a syrup. Manga. Oh, no, he used to call them mangoes, like the fruit, just to piss me off. Say like, stop staying up late watching mangoes. Bravo and Sci-Fi were the only channels. Yeah, I used to record them on the Sci-Fi channel. Oh, this was way before Jonathan Ross got his chops on him. This was like late 90s when I was recording them. I've just smudged my bloody glasses. No, actual mangoes. Yeah, because Jonathan Ross did that Japanorama thing in the 2000s, didn't he? No, I mean, I watched anime like early, mid-90s, some of it, because my friend, Crap Game Friend, he was really into it. Mostly just because it looked cool. It wasn't like he was like, oh, I love anime in Japan. I don't think we necessarily comprehended where they were coming from at that age. But we had a video store. I don't know if this was like normal in the UK, but our video store like had so many manga licensed movies and stuff. Like they had the Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. They had Devilman. They had Battle Angel Alita. They had I don't know what else. They had, but then he would also buy them. So, hey, Danger Biscuit. Short System Ross did Late Night Slot in the early 90s. Oh really? Oh, I beg your pardon then. I don't know about that one. I remember he did. I remember he was pushing stuff in the 2000s. First time seeing Akira. I recorded Akira on the Sci-Fi channel. I remember the Street Fighter 2 movie was pretty big. There was that Mortal Kombat film as well, but I never saw that one. I think that was CGI though. I don't think it was even Japanese, but they had it. But then my friend would like buy them on like the marketplace too. His parents would like let him buy them. So I would go around his and we would watch them. Like we watched Guyver, the animated series of Guyver. We watched 8 Man After he had, I remember that. He had, and then I filled in the blanks once the Sci-Fi channel started airing them late at night. He didn't have cable, I did, so I would set up the video to record them, and then he would like sleep over, or I would take the tapes to his and sleep over, and we would set up like, and watch like a double, triple bill of the anime that I'd recorded on the Sci-Fi channel. Hong Kong Films, first time seeing Mr. Vampire, I've never heard of that. God, these wizards are so annoying! Pizza, pizza, pizza. What else did he have? I really liked 8 Man After, I remember that was good. I'd like to rewatch that one. I recorded one called The Wind of Amnesia, or a wind called Amnesia, which was quite good. I remember. I keep meaning to revisit, like, because I watched them all with English dubs back in the day, and I keep meaning to revisit them now in Japanese because we didn't have access to them then. You just got what was broadcast, or you know, videos didn't have dual language. And, you know, at the age of like 8, I wouldn't have wanted to watch it in Japanese anyway. But now I would like to see them because, I mean, the voice acting was never terrible, but it's definitely better in Japanese, the quality of actors. But I feel like a lot of those old anime dubs, they did quite a good job with them. Child me enjoyed them anyway. Best favorite anime I saw was the OG Vampire D. A Robotech. What's Robotech? I don't know if I've seen that. It's not related to the game, is it? Waha! You can't catch me! Off he goes. Let's hit that switch. Robotech is what Macross got called here. Oh! Macross. I've seen Macross Frontier. My ex really liked Macross Frontier and made me watch it. I thought it was alright. I watched Patlabor. Patlabor 2, I think I watched as a younger person. Can't remember how old I was. I also watched Black Magic 6 M666 or something. That I think I quite like that one. I used to confuse them, like Black Magic and Patlabor and Macross. I don't think Black Magic is even a mech film though. I think it's a robot person. Definitely no Macross. I have a Macross game actually. I have Macross on the Sega Saturn. What is it? Macross? All my love, I don't know. To Wong Fu, thanks for everything, Macross Plus. So funny promo of a Fantasy 2 series called My Piggy Boss. I've never heard of that. I think the first mature anime I saw was Guyver and Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. Loved that film when I was younger. I do remember recording Urotsuki Doji, which is infamous. I can't believe that was even on the TV. Did not know what I was recording. Legend of the Demon Fiend. But it might have been edited for TV. I don't remember it being that crazy, but I know the TV show is pretty infamous. Well, they're OVAs or whatever. I think it was the... I don't even know which one it was that I'd recorded though. It was like number 3 or something. Return, maybe? Legend. One of my favourites as a kid though was Devilman, the OVA, and it was so crazy violent, but I really like that one. Did anybody ever see the 2000s live action Devilman movie? That was so cursed. boss has a cute pig at night, only a kiss of true love can break the spell. What the fuck? Sounds about right. There's a Devilman game on the PlayStation 1 that I wouldn't mind trying at some point. Dark Seed, for those of you that don't keep up with my Discord, I did order a copy of Dark Seed on the Sega Saturn. I have a problem, and it should be arriving tomorrow. I'm a little bit excited to see Dark Seed. Has there ever in the history of anything been a good live action adaptation of animation? Let's think. I'm sure that there has. I heard that Battle Angel Elite is supposed to be quite good. I mean, technically Marvel Universe. Now I'm thinking, I'm trying to think now. It's good. But yeah, I heard Battle Angel Alita isn't terrible. Got a live action movie. Solid funny movie. Funny because it's bad though. I personally, now some people may not agree, but I personally am rather fond of Kashan, the film. I'll spell it, but I'm quite fond of that film, and that's based on it's a different spelling for the animated versions though. It's based on the 70s, I think 70s anime, Kashan. I like that. I can see why people don't like it. I like it. I haven't seen it for so long though. I wouldn't mind rewatching it. I wonder if I would still like it now. I don't think I've watched it since like learning any Japanese at all though. So I wonder what I would think of it now. Because maybe I'll find out that nobody can act. It's always a problem. Kashan is a very indulgent kind of arty kind of movie it really just, it's like a superhero, a 70s animated superhero film turned into like a music video art house film with a very preachy message. And the problem with Kashan, I think, is that it was marketed as an action film and it's not an action film. If you watch the trailer for it, it shows all this like kind of high octane, cool fight scenes with him like kicking robot ass as the superhero that he is. But the actual fight scenes in the film probably only constitute for about 10 to 15 minutes of the film at the most, and the film's like 2 hours long. Or 2.5 hours. A lot of the film is talking, a lot of the film is just slow burn. I mean, the film it's all about like it's not necessarily that unique, but it's like what it is to be human and what's not human, because the concept of the film is like there's mutants, they're the enemies, the mutants, and it's like, are they actually the enemy or are they just different? And Kashan is like a superhero that's been constructed. Like he was a person that was about to die and he got kind of saved, but put in a suit. I don't know, I think it's interesting. There's more to it than it just being a superhero film. And it's like a full CGI background movie. It's very weird. It probably has aged like milk. I haven't seen it for forever, but it looked really good at the time. But all the backgrounds, it's all like green screen. But it was directed by Utada Hikaru's as in the Japanese singer, her ex-husband, because he used to do her music videos. Because that's really what the film is. It's like a music video director's first movie. And it kind of shows. His second film, I really liked his second film as well. He did Goemon. Which was really fun. That didn't do very well either. I quite enjoyed that too. Looky, looky, it's Tin Sarah. How are you doing? How is Langrissa? I keep getting like missing that you've gone live and then missing because I could have totally seen some of Langrissa tonight. I'm kind of annoyed because I went live really late myself and then just as I was going live I was like, oh crap, Tin Sarah's playing Langrissa tonight. I do want to see that remake. Do tell me what you think of it. Because you've finished all of the original now, didn't you? Hey Expander, how you doing? Thanks for the resub since our 27 months. Crikey, crikey, crikey. How do you think it compares? It's the weak ally AI. My issue was just looking at it was just the graphics. I just thought they looked like cheap. Bit ugly. We were just talking about anime that we've seen, like old 90s, 80s anime. Movies and such. I don't really keep up with anime. I don't really watch a lot of it. I also tend to think I prefer like OVAs to like long-winded series. How about feeling the graphics? Yeah, I think you can't, unless you went out your way, you can't really mess up the game, but I just think that the art style is such a choice. I don't really know why they would do that. Especially because it wasn't actually put on phone. Like, it wasn't a mobile game, so like I kind of wish they put more effort into it. Just made it look cheap, and it's an expensive game. I don't know about digital or what you got it for, but like buying a... So I'm planning to get it at some point. It's on PlayStation 4. I don't know if it came out in other places, but it came out physically here. But it's just, it was always expensive for the longest time, and I just thought, ugh. Got it on set, yeah. I feel like it should have been a cheaper game than it was. I suppose, though, for a Western audience, it's the only way to play the sequel. Like, legit. Just with the Black Friday sale, gosh. I need to go through the Langrissa series at some point. I do. I have all of them now, except for the Wonderswan game. Love Warzone, I must see that again. Yeah, I'll be streaming it at some point. There's 2 Langrissa games on the Mega Drive anyway. Are you gonna try the Mega Drive Langrissa 2? It's not the same as the one that's on your collection. Because I'm pretty sure that the remake of Langrissa 2 is based on De Langrissa, which is the like PC FX, Super Nintendo and Sega Saturn PlayStation version of Langrissa, whereas the Mega Drive Langrissa 2 is its own thing. And not considered canon. Galaxy Pass 2. You can play Langrisser 2 though on the Mega Drive. I can't even remember if I showed you or not Langrisser 2 on the Mega Drive, but it has a fan translation now. It has for quite a while. 3, 4 and 5 though I think are stuck at the moment. I don't think there's any translations for 3, 4 or 5 yet. Which is bizarre because the series is popular enough. Der Langrisser has a translation and so does Langrisser 2. See, I'm quite fortunate because I have Langrisser, like the Sega Saturn is great for Langrisser because you can play all of them in one place. I have a box set called Langrisser Tribute, which is a collection of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all in one box. Because in Japan they did Langrisser 1 and 2, they ported and remade them. Strange it only has 3 followers on Twitch. Older games are a bit nichey though, like people can't be asked to actually remember to follow them. But I have what's called Langrisser 1 and 2 Dramatic Edition, which is like a remake port of Langrisser 1 and 2 onto the Sega Saturn and also the PlayStation. And it uses the animated scenes from Der Langrisser on the PCFX. And then it adds, I think it adds in new animated scenes for Langrisser 1. And it adds in full voice acting for both games, I think. Definitely the first one has full voice acting. And new music and stuff. And so then that was released as a game on one disc. And then they did Langrisser 3 was made for the Sega Saturn, I believe. Could be getting my mind. I'm pretty sure it was. I think it was made for the Sega Saturn. In fact, is Langrisser 3 exclusive to the Sega Saturn? It was later released on the PlayStation 3 though. Sorry, not 3, PlayStation 2, but I don't think it was actually on the PlayStation originally. Because I was debating whether to get it for the PlayStation 2 or the Saturn, but it's... Because I thought the PlayStation 2 version was a remake, but it's actually just the Saturn version slapped onto a PS2. Yeah, no, it's Saturn exclusive. It's a prequel as well, Langrisser 3 is. Apparently, it's a prequel. I haven't played it yet myself though. And then Langrisser 4 was on the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 and Saturn. As its own game. And then Langrisser 5 was on the Saturn and PlayStation as well, I think. So then the box set that I've got just collects those, like Langrisser 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those 4 releases and puts them in a box set, which is nice. This one has voice acting bits in Japanese and subtitles. I wonder if it's new voice acting or if they've used the same voice acting from the Saturn one. Go up there then. Music's good though. I think, not that it matters, but I think I ever so slightly lean towards Langrisser more than Fire Emblem, what I've played of the series anyway. I think it's aesthetic reasons. I just like the music and the art style and the sort of little animated cutscenes of Langrisser. To be fair though, this comparison's really bullshit because I've only ever played Fire Emblem on the Super Nintendo and the NES, whereas I've only played Langrisser on the Sega Saturn, so it's a totally different experience. Really regret not having a Sega Saturn, but it does make watching them on Twitch more fun. It's never too late, Sincera. You could get yourself a Sega Saturn eventually if you wanted to. Get yourself one of those little satiator things that take Lucky Rob talks about. Sega Saturn's lovely. It's one of my favourite things to buy games for mostly because, like you, I never had one. So the novelty of it now is really fun. It's the gap in my sort of video gaming, really. Because I went from Mega Drive to Super Nintendo to PlayStation to Dreamcast. To PlayStation 2. 220 to 300, what, for Sega Saturn? Seems a lot. Are you looking at an American one? Does he go all the way back down to the bottom, I wonder? Sega Saturns here are anywhere between like 60 and 100. I would say. I empathise, when I have a Mega Drive I have a free time with no money, when I'm a Saturn I have money but no free time. Yeah, that's the catch, isn't it? Ooh, I forgot how long this dungeon is. I guess not many working ones left anymore. Get a Japanese one. If you're gonna use it, if you ended up using a satiated thing, it won't matter anyway. I mean, buying American games is gonna be ridiculous. Money-wise. It's probably not really that there's not. Playtime's over, prepare to meet your doom. And you can forget about Captain Mac. Oh, I guess we're ready. It's boss time. I remember I hated this boss as a kid. I found him difficult. Is he strong against air or weak? You never know with birds. Okay, I'm gonna guess he's strong because he's using wind. Oh no, he's weak against it. How very bad. He's the boss of the wind tower area dungeon that uses wind, but is also weak to wind, so good for him. That works. Still Flare is better though. I do remember one of his animations, isn't it, where he's like lying on the floor, dying? I used to find it a bit creepy. Oh, I remember his little gimmick thing. I think we can't use magic anymore now. I think he just did a reflect. Yeah. Oh, savage. Can't remember when you know when it wears off though. Has it just worn off or not? Okay, maybe it had worn off then. Pazuzu was the demon from the X. He was. Didn't you see my going live message? Oh no, I changed it. I didn't put it in the end. I changed my going live message to but we have Final Fantasy at home already, dear. My original plan to go live was the Tower of Captain Howdy. I'm scared to use that now, actually. But yeah, I said that last stream. I said the Tower of Pazuzu. It's like the god of wind or something, or a demon of wind, Pazuzu. It has like, I think it has 4 arms usually. There's a Pazuzu in Final Fantasy XIV as a boss in one of the, I think it was in, was it in Eureka? Or the other one? I keep losing track to whether he's got the shield up or not. Woof, there we go. Music's so good. There it is, look how scary that is. That's your bloody exorcist demon. Oh, he's gone. Yeah! I hope we didn't miss any treasure chests. Might have to have a look. A final crystal. There it is, restored. Let's just double check I didn't miss any items. We got Excalibur, good. And we got the flare magic. Is that it? I feel like there was bits of this dungeon that I didn't do from my own memory. I'm sure that there was a bit we had to jump around. I guess I did it. Maybe I was talking. Trollenberg Terror or something. I don't know. Or maybe there's a dungeon I've forgotten about. Oh, we have all the weapons now? Ah. So Excalibur is the strongest. What armor am I missing? And where do we get it from? Okay, that's later. What's this? Focus Tower. We ain't got that one yet either. Okay, so we're only missing 2 pieces. And we've got all the spells, so we should be all good. You missed Pazuzu. Yeah, he's toast. Sorry. He's gone with his creepy, dying sprite. Excalibur's best. I've just finished Excalibur. It wasn't that good. In Langris, the remake, I do love how many weapons they added. Gaia armor's the best armor. Max ship. That's what it was. A shield is Doom Castle. Yeah. Did you write that? Are you Mike? Are you Mike's RPG Center? Did you make the sign? Found the sky coin. Let's get out of here. Let's use escape. Right, and then we do need to go back to the town, but I need to get a drink. My throat is killing me. I'm gonna have a little break, and we'll go to the town. I'm gonna see if we can squeeze max ship in tonight. I don't think I can finish the game though. So I do want to get up tomorrow, but we'll see, we'll see. But I'm gonna go get a coffee. I shall be a few minutes. Right, we're back. I've stuffed my face with like half a tube of knockoff, well, not knockoff, Oreos. They're like Italian. They're nicer in my opinion, called Millenniums. In fact, I don't even know where they're from. Just some import Oreos. Thanks for the lurktin, Sarah. Right, so we just finished Pazuzu's tower. What's over here? Oh, I already did this. The Wind Hole Temple. So now the Wind Temple is... The Wind Crystal is restored. Whoops, we're just going to stab her. You did it. At last the world saved. The end. Hope you're happy with your Cupid locket. GG. It ain't over yet, Retro. The mystery. We've saved the world, but we have to stop it from happening again. Who was behind it? We still have Captain Mac to worry about. Spencer said you'd help. Ruben, are you okay? Yeah, guess what I found when I fell? A stairway to the top of the Focus Tower. Stairway? I've got it. If we refill the dry lake, we can save Captain Mac. How? Go to Spencer's tunnel. Set a bomb there, and the water from the upper lake will spill into the dry lake. But Spencer's tunnel is caved in. There is one way. If you power the Rainbow Road machine with Thunder Rock, you can reach Spencer's place. Dad will know about this. Kaylee, would you take care of Norma? Ruben and I know the Focus Tower well, so we'll be back from Fireberg in no time. Of course. Okay, bye Kylie. Hello, Ruben. I want Tristan though, he's my favourite. What does Ruben have these days? Flame armor. He is level 31 though now. His magic is lacking. Ruben, keep your eyes on the rope bridge and say hello to Arian. I guess Arian's his dad, I didn't know that was his name. Please help my dad. Oh yeah, her dad is Captain Mac. Thank you. She's fine. Found heal potion. Let's just check all those dialogues. You can see forever. What the? A chocobo? Nothing new then. Maybe only she changes. It's great when the wind calms like this. How about some seeds? You bet your ass I want some seeds. What else are we going to spend gold on? Does gold cap? Were we at cap? Is it like 9,999? So I can't imagine you'd ever... I don't know. The Mobius crest is buried in Spencer's place. If we had it, we could reach the ship dock from here, but that must be what they're talking about. I wonder if he's stuck here. Has Captain Mac come back? No. He's not returned to the Mac yet. I guess it's just some big int or something. Well, we'll see shortly. Wait, did I just miss a battlefield? Although, no. There's no... No, that was the last battlefield. We discovered that last stream, actually. There's that tree again, looking tree-ish. Kaij. Do you know what I did notice? Actually, no, I didn't. I don't know what kaij is. In Japanese, it's jukai, but I wondered if it was like a miswording or something, but it's in reverse. Boing, boing. Do I need to go up? There should be another thing. And return to the Mac to Wong Fu references all in one stream. Can't remember what I said about Wong Fu now. Oh, Macross. Dun, 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 dun. We can't get too excited about that music yet. Soon it will be time for that music. What is that Frontier game called though? Like really? I think it's the name of the movie. Not Frontier, Macross. Macross, Do You Remember Love? That's what it's called. I know it was a silly name. Do you remember love? How do we get to that then? I guess it's after we've been to Captain Mac. Is this the way to Fireberg? Also, I'm getting deja vu. Do you remember? Didn't I get like ridiculously stuck here for like 20 minutes? I was getting really triggered by that stupid pillar. Like way back in whenever, what was it, September? It wasn't even September, it was earlier than that. I haven't played this for a hot minute. There we go. I love this tune. Such a bop. Captain Mac went somewhere from a dock near Windia. There are tons of monsters in the mine up north. I've already been there, lady. I hope you're happy with the battle axe. I am. Mac told that a knight would save us, and it was you! I haven't done it yet. You can't let a monster get the best of you. Alright. Arion, you ever heard of Thunder Rock? Of course! Wait a second. Here, I have it in bed with me. You received Thunder Rock. Oh my. Okay, knock 'em out. Thanks. Oh, everybody's here. Spencer, the tunnel you dug caved in. And Phoebe is looking for you. Well, I guess I'll head back to Aquaria. But not in any rush. Nice to see you again, kid. Want to listen to this band? No. I like the sound music way more than what you're going to play. How about some Cure Potion? Thanks. Have a nice rest. Nope. I have potions and seeds. I'm all good. Does anybody sell? Does he sell refreshers? I want to have like 99. Oh, we have enough seeds. He's cut me off. So who's in the bottom? Who's? I thought. Huh? I thought that Ruben's dad lived down here. Be careful when you use a mega grenade. Okay. Oh, we don't have the crest. I wish more RPGs had the weapon system like this though, where you can use it to like do puzzle solvings and things. I thought that was nice. I know that some do though. Wild arms and whatnot. Wait, where are we going now? Back to Aquaria? I wish there was a shortcut. There probably is, but I can't remember how to do. Wait, isn't that one right there? That temple? Sealed temple. I think it's just for items, that's annoying. Is there not a shortcut? I swear this music, it just gets me always a little bit misty. Like I said, this game I must have played this when I was what, 8-ish. This music always reminds me of just being young. Or younger. 910 is back. Hooray! We killed Pazuzu. Let's clear my throat. We were chatting anime. Lamb kebab. I'd like some lamb. Thanks to you, I'm well. I am good. Found heal potions. So where's Phoebe then? Do we really take Ruben to the next place? I can't even remember. I know who we finished the game with. Aquaria looks best on the top of the focus tower. Hope you're happy with your steel helm. She ain't moving on from that one. So, ooh. Spencer is a good friend of Captain Max. They're both kind of weird. Under up to India to open up the Rainbow Ridge to lower Spencer's place so you get the crest. Oh, I know where I'm going. Girl. We gotta go under here now. I'm just enjoying the dialogues. And speaking of enjoying, I love this track. This is my other favourite track of the game. Although actually, I say that I know I'm going, but I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Hee Just realised, because this place is flooded. We're supposed to come in from a different entrance. But I enjoyed my little detour. Yeah, whoops. This is a quick way. Yeah, I just forgot the actual dialogue there. He said we need to get it to power the machine to get into Spencer's thing. The game does have great music. It's not even just the great music though. Like those two tracks, the temple music and wait, is that the right one? No, it's not. The temple music and that last track, which is used in Fall's Basement as well, it just taps into this sort of like it transports me back to childhood really quickly. Especially no, go away. That's a banger, but it doesn't transport me to my childhood. It's just a banger. This sequence is a bit toss. We could do without this in the game. It feels like just pointless, a bit of a slog for the sake of a slog. Even this music gets me going. Like, where was this house again? Found some Thunder Rock, huh? Yes, it was in Ruben's daddy's bed. Power up completed. Now you can go to Spencer's place. Woohoo! Ruben, keep your eyes on the road bridge and say hello to Eric. We just did that. Please help my dad. I will try. Oh, my throat is getting so dry. I thought we needed to go over there. Oh, there it is. Spencer's place. Watched one of those annoying internet shorts earlier, like TikTok showing baby alligators. They sound just like that jump. Don't support TikTok. Let's blow that area up with a mega grenade. Whoa. Wow, that was quite the flash. We did it! Let's tell Kaeli. Was that it? And now we're in the bottom part of here. Oh. Do-do-do. This jump. Boing, boing, boing. What's this doing? Spencer's place. It was on Instagram. That's how they get you. Wait, I can't go in. I can't throw a bomb inside. Oh well. Yeah, I can't be doing with shorts. I don't have the attention span for it. Well, or I have too much of one, I don't know, but I find it draining. I want to put something on and not have to keep thinking about what's next. Oh, I've gone past it. Thanks to you, the lake is as beautiful as ever. It worked, the ship is afloat. Thanks, I'll head there now. But the ship's full of monsters. Let us go first. Give this Captain Cap to Dad when you find him, then he'll know I'm coming. Received, Captain Cap. Please help my dad. Imagine you didn't get the ship, the hat. I'm actually not sure where to get to the boat. Imagine you didn't get the cap. See, I forgot there's entire dungeons in the game until like tonight. I was thinking, oh, it's just Focus Tower now. Doom Castle even. Something to do in here? Wait. We've already been there. We've already been to that place, I think. Wasn't it a teleport in one of the other caves? Can't even remember now. Is it the Windhold one? No. See, I think the one over here, because I did look it up on the wiki, takes you over there, but I don't want to go over there. And we can't, because I haven't got the Mobius crest. Wait though. That guy, there was that guy in the town that said about the Mobius crest. Didn't he say if we could get into Spencer's place? Well, we can now, so maybe he'll just give it me. If he has it, perhaps. Mobius crest is buried in Spencer's place. There we go, that's your hint. We need the Mobius crest. So I feel like this is a new part of the level. Oh, do we need to like throw the bomb from somewhere else? Possibly. Yeah, here. Wonder who made this song. I think I've looked it up before, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Isn't it just the person that did the Saga games? I wonder if he knows how much some people just like me adore this song. It's such a beautiful piece of music. Some of these people though, it's like, you could totally just, I don't do it, but you could totally just email them. Probably. You could probably find like their official website, whatever, and just send them a little email. It's not like you need to be creepy and be like, hey, can we like go for dinner? Just send an email to just say like, just want to say really loved this piece of music that you made in this game. It left such an impression on me. I'm sure that they'd love reading things like that, you know? Especially, I feel like even more so now than probably like 20 years ago. Like, I would imagine the age of some of these people, they're starting to like not work anymore and retiring and stuff. So that would be probably, I think if it was me, that would be the time I would love to hear that sort of stuff. You know, and you're just starting to feel like a bit like nothing going on in your life. It'd be nice to hear those sorts of things on Twitter. Oh well, he's all over bloody Twitter, isn't he? Yeah, but he must be. He will get it all the time, though. You know, he's kind of a celebrity. Do it and let us know. Maybe. Because some of these people, they just sort of go back to normal life afterwards. Wow, their life was normal anyway, but you know what I mean. What was I doing? Like, it was literally just a job for some people. Like, that's just their job. That's what they did, and they didn't become this sort of fame status like a few celebrities have. Like, Yuzo Koshira's borderline a celebrity at this point in terms of video gaming stuff. Why am I back in here? This game has some epic music for it. It does. It's pretty much the best thing about the game. That, and I think the graphics are cute. Having a total brain moment. We got the Mobius crest. Isn't there a Mobius crest in the guy's basement? There's no Chocobo or Moogles. There is a Chocobo actually. Would you like to see the Chocobo? There's your Chocobo. No Moogles though, I don't think. Unless I'm wrong. Can't think of any Moogles. But it's not here, but let's go to the old man's basement. Chocobo. Not a real Chocobo. Well, I think it's intended to be a reference. Ship dot, here we are. So you can't, I don't think you can actually see this on the world map then. So I was just looking on social medias. There's a YouTuber and they were on about some composer from some Japanese games on the PlayStation 1. I think Art Dink or something, and was saying that he'd reached out to them to try and get an interview or something. And the guy like that did the music must be in his like, I think he's in his 70s now? 60s or 70s? So he's like totally retired. And what am I doing? And he seemed to be like excited to do it, and you kind of think like, oh, how bizarre, you think you'd have better things to do, but then again, it's not like, not in a rude way, but like, it's probably important to him. Like, these are the better things to do. It's a big part of his life and achievements, and if somebody wants to talk about that, isn't that interesting? I saw recently the comments, is it what's his face, Nobuo doing the Final Fantasy soundtrack guy? He's not going to be doing He said that he doesn't think he can do a full soundtrack again, ever now or something. Which, well, one, yeah, he is getting on in life, but also I wonder what he means by that, because just because he doesn't want to do an entire soundtrack doesn't mean he won't do bits of one, you know? Because there's been quite a few games I think he worked on but didn't do the whole soundtrack itself, just did like a couple of songs. Do I even really need to go down there? Probably not. I've been having a long running joke with Barley Bap about I've forgotten his name now, Sakuraba somebody, Matoi I think, who does the Star Ocean and Tales of Series soundtracks, among other things like Dark Souls, but mostly he's known for, or Golden Sun as well. But a lot of his music sounds very samey. I've always really liked it though, so I was in deep denial, like no it doesn't, I think it's beautiful, but I haven't played a lot of those games. I only did a few tracks of 14 even back in the day. Oh, 14's, I don't think he did much of 14 at all. There is somebody that did 14, I can't remember his name now. But yeah, 14's got a really interesting soundtrack. I mean, he's credited for a lot of it because it's remixes of his music, but he's not really the composer. I think he did do a track or two though. But yeah, he doesn't do a lot of that. But that's a full-time job, like making music for Final Fantasy 14. The game just keeps on going, doesn't it? So okay, and that's it. Yeah, he's got it because it's just a gig for him, isn't it? Like every time they add a new expansion, there's a new boss that needs music and new dungeons. Some of that music is great. I've played Final Fantasy since 10 and 12. I've done 13, the first one. And I've done 15. I haven't done 13-2 in Lightning Returns. I haven't touched 16 yet. I don't have a PlayStation 5. They're alright. I don't think Final Fantasy's ever reclaimed the magic that it used to have. For me, I mean, I think it's generational, but the golden age for me personally is the PlayStation era, but I'm sure that everybody has their own view of what is and what isn't. Depends on which ones you played, but I don't think even of any of them, like the Super Nintendo era, the NES era, the PlayStation era, the PlayStation 2 era, I think you can safely say that none of the later games have ever been as strong as those. I don't think the PS2 was the strongest era though, but it still felt like Final Fantasy, whereas I think the later ones have started to slowly not feel like Final Fantasy. Just my opinion though. I like them though, but they're not the same. So Essence that's the golden age of RPGs. I think it depends on your age really. Because I would say that PlayStation 1 has an insane amount of RPGs and really good ones. I mean, you got Grandia, you got Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, Legend of Legaia, Legend of Dragoon, Suikoden 1, Suikoden 2, Breath of Fire 3, 4. I think for me personally, PS1 was definitely RPG heaven. Because so many of them didn't even come out in the UK anyway. Might email that guy who did Marble Madness, what, and say fuck off. You should just email him a sound clip of just do. And say, you know what you did. The original music's not terrible anyway. It was just specifically that Mega Drive version. It was just ear shattering. Each patch has a new dungeon, yeah. Yeah, I think PS1 is when it really went. RPGs got big. They just got epic. I think the CD technology allowed them to really just like run with their imaginations. Even the 2D RPGs, just there's a lot. And there's so many games that didn't even leave Japan on the PlayStation 1 as well. But then again, even the PlayStation 2 has a really strong RPG library. Oh, there's a lot more good action RPGs on PS2. There's so much PlayStation 2 that I've not played as well. First found my copy of 12 and I bought that 10 years ago. Oh, I liked 12 at the time. It's a big game. I really liked 12 when it first came out. I remember buying it. I had very little money at the time because I was at university, but Final Fantasy 12 was not to be missed. So I bought it and I remember playing it. I was spending so many hours like in the mornings I was listening to Madonna and playing Final Fantasy 12. I have a strong association of that. It was good. My PS2, he set it up earlier. Like it was a Millennium Puzzle. I keep unplugging and replugging my PlayStation 2 because I've been like, some of the games that I've ordered have been PlayStation 2, so I needed to test them, but at the moment I'm not using my PlayStation 2. So I did just get Dark Chronicle in the post today. Dark Cloud 2, which I've never played before because I didn't get it back in the day. I played the first one. I've never played it. I always wanted to, but it was just didn't have enough money for everything. So I actually didn't really intend to buy it right now because it's pretty cheap everywhere. You can sort of get it fairly easily. But I wanted a different game called Abala Burn, which is actually a little cursed and jank. I'd probably stream it at some point. I saw Upside Down Matt streaming it like a year or two ago and I've wanted it for ages, but it just doesn't get listed very often and prices vary. There was a copy about half a year ago that I regretted not picking up and it went, but such is life. I did get a copy finally though, but the person that had it also had Dark Chronicle and you can sometimes haggle money off if you say like post it together, so I got like 300 yen off it, which brought the price down to cheaper than buying it from a store, so I thought, well, bugger it, I'll go for it. Although kind of bit me in the ass a little bit, I have to say. I'm a bit of a mood today with some of the games that arrived because Abela Burn kind of had scuffs on the sides of the case. I can swap the case out, so it's not the end of the world, but it just annoyed me. It bothers me when people lie. Like, just don't fucking lie. Don't say that it's not got any damage if it has. Just tell the truth. And let me make an informed decision. The one that's bothered me the most, though, is because I've been looking for a nice copy, well, just any copy for ages. I really wanted Rockman Dash. And I finally, and every time I see it, it's always like in tatters and damaged and stuff, and it's just been a total pain to find. I think it's just the nature of, like, Mega Man games in general are a pain in the arse, because I feel like there's so many of them and so many people owned them as like kids and stuff and treated them like shit. So they're all like battered and damaged. Same with things like, oh, what was the other ones that are a pain in the arse? Dragon Quest is usually annoying as well. Things like that. But yeah, I wanted a nice Mega Man Dash 1. And I took a gamble. I kind of had a gut feeling I could sort of see in the picture, but I wasn't sure that something was wrong. Oh, you can push these barrels? Went for it anyway and I regret it. And it's like, it's all like, all the plastic on the case, it's all like basically cigarette stained yellow. It's a bit minging. The game's fine, there's nothing wrong with it. The side of the spine is a bit discoloured now because of probably being in a smoker's house for ages. But it just pisses me off because the seller says that it's got no visible dirt or damage. I'm like, it's fucking got cancer. I just think that should be said. To me, that's dirt. That's damage. You've damaged it with smoke. You know, just because it's not a scratch, it's visibly yellow. The problem is sellers take photos with their phones and iPhones and stuff, like they correct whiteness automatically, and it's really irritating because sometimes you can't quite see when like a white covered game has been discolored because the auto white corrector disguises it, and then it arrives and it's like, ugh, it's yellow. But yeah, the game's fine. It's the manual's in. Other than that, like, it's in good condition. It's just that the plastic's all stained yellow on the CD case, and the manual and the back of it, the box. You know, anywhere where it's white, it's slightly tinted yellowish. And it's just a bummer. And it's just annoying because that's my copy now. Like, I'm not. I kind of kid myself and think I could just buy it again, but I'm not really that wasteful. I don't really want to buy it again. I've spent my money. That's it. I mean, it only cost me like $12, but it's $12. I don't want to buy the same game again when there's nothing wrong with it other than it just looks a bit dirty. Because I bought it to play it. It's $12 I could spend on something else. Like Dark Seed, which is coming tomorrow. But yeah, I've got to the point now where like I'm just blocking anybody that sells that. If I get stuff like that, I just block the seller now. I'm not buying from you again. Like, you just, because if you lie about that, what else are you gonna lie about? Like, fortunately it wasn't expensive, but you know, if it was like something very expensive and turned up like that, I'd be pissed. So I just block those sellers. My plan on streaming Dark Seed, I don't know, maybe. I mean, the voice acting's in English, everything else is in Japanese though. I'll see. I'll test it out and see how I feel about it. But I might do. I was gonna test it out tonight if it arrived today, but it's not here yet. I mean, this is also touch wood. I don't like to count my chickens, you know. You never know. It's not truly ever happened yet, but I mean, it could turn up and be broken, you know. I'm on good faith that it will be in good condition and working. I ordered it with something else and I can't remember what it was now. Oh, it was that hospital FMV game. I mean, even if, to be honest, if Darkseid doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. It was incredibly cheap. That's the only reason I really bothered to get it. So it was ridiculous. It was like 700 yen. And then I got it with this other FMV game that was like 500 yen, but I got them to knock like 300 yen off. So, win-win. Yes, some stuff is cheap. Darkseid 2 ain't cheap though. I probably won't be buying Darkseid 2. Darkseid 2 is like 7,000 yen. I don't know. If I love it, maybe I will. But I think I'd probably just play Darkseid 2 on a PC. Why does the worst game have to cost so much more? Often because it's shit, so it has less print copies. That's often how it goes. It's not always the good games that are necessarily the most expensive. I mean, Final Fantasy VIII is, I think, I mean, yeah, some people don't like it, I do. Final Fantasy VIII is a great game, Final Fantasy VII, but you can go into every single used store and you will find copies of Final Fantasy VIII in Japan, and they all cost like 200 to 300 yen, because there's just thousands of copies of that game. So it has no value. But for some reason, Dragon Quest does. Same logic doesn't apply to Dragon Quest. It's like Pokemon. It's like Dragon Quest tax is a thing. Stop it. Not all Dragon Quests though. Dragon Quest... Which one is it? Which is the PlayStation one? I can't remember now. 8? 7? Seven is insanely cheap if it's the first print. And 8 is very cheap as well. 7 and 8 are really cheap. 9 on the 9 on the DS has gone down recently, and 10, wait, not 10, 11 on the 3DS is now very, very cheap. But 11 on the PlayStation is not cheap, and the Switch. The S version still holds a lot of value. But Dragon Quest VII has like a bug in it or something. I don't know how true it all is. But Dragon Quest VII on the PlayStation 1, the first print runs, which is the most, what do you mean? The highest print run there is, has like supposedly freeze bug issues where the game freezes a lot and crashes and stuff. But I don't know if it's true on an original PlayStation or if it's a problem with playing it on a PS2. The internet seems to be a bit unsure. And if you buy like the greatest hits version, the re-release version, or the I think it's the PlayStation Books version, which is another re-release version, then they fixed it to stop the freeze bugs happening. So the original versions are dirt cheap, but those greatest hits versions and so on are getting very, very expensive now. I have one. I have a fixed version. I got the PlayStation Books version, which was cheaper, and I just basically I took the discs out because I already had the bug version because it was just, I think I bought it from a hard off store for like 100 yen. I didn't know there was a issue with it at the time. I just rescued it from a junk box, and so I just took the discs out and put the fixed version inside because I prefer the original box and stuff. Maybe it's because despite how many were sold, it's really sought after. For what Darcy did? Well, it's because collectors, isn't it? People just need to have their full sets of things, and people like to just collect stuff. I mean, I'm sure that there's somebody in America with a copy of the Japanese Darkseid 2 on their shelf just cuz. Even though there's no English on it at all, you can play it on PC, but just cuz. People do stuff like that. People collect. And sometimes it's almost like it's like a social proof effect, isn't it? It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy because something's expensive, people want it. Just to own something expensive and valuable. Some people buy games as investments as well, which I think just turns my stomach personally. Like, buy games that you like, not games that you just think are gonna be valuable. And then a lot of it is just people wanting to make money off those games. So like Darkseid 2 is expensive, let's say it's 7,000 yen. There's people that make a living of selling video games online, so if anybody ever sees Darkseid 2 in the wild in a store and it's not, you know, and it's being sold for 4,000, they're going to think, oh great, I'm going to buy that and flip it for 8,000. Or someone sells their old video games and doesn't know the value of it, somebody will buy it up and relist it for 7,000-8,000. That's it. I mean, half the time you see people buying stuff, like you'll see someone list. You can predict, like, if you look at the online seller places, stuff that sells within seconds is usually because it was priced like lower than it should have been, and it's basically been bought by a flipper. Is usually what it is, because you'll see it relisted like 5 days later. The exact same thing. I've seen it happen loads of times, like the same scratch in the same place or whatever. For some reason, whenever I make some of the defect, people want a return rather than think it's special rare glitch that's 50 times more valuable. I mean, that can also be the case. That does happen too, isn't it? People want the weird version. Oh, that's Super Mario Kart that's graded. Oh god. Someone's just happy about. I've seen some of those appearing online as well. Like someone I keep seeing is trying to sell a graded sealed copy of Final Fantasy 9 for like $2,000, and I just think, oh fuck off! Like it's so vile. Especially because you can actually buy sealed copies of Final Fantasy 9. If you look around, you can buy them for $200. Which I think is the fair price, $200 for a sealed copy of Final Fantasy 9. Like, there's not many left that aren't opened. It's not obscene. I wouldn't buy it. But if somebody needs a sealed copy of Final Fantasy 9, you know, it's a sort of realistic price. But $2,000 for a sealed, graded copy of... It's like it's in a coffin. I hate it. The game is just going to sit there in a water graded case thing, and it's no longer a game at this point. It's like what you call it. It's almost like just, what's the word? Like a stock. Because I've bought a few sealed games now. I open them, and I don't go out my way to buy them. Yeah, trophy. It's just bleh. I don't go out my way to buy them. I wouldn't spend outrageous money on one. It's just that if one happens to be like very, very close to the general price, then okay, why not? I'll have a brand new game. I recently just bought I regret buying it because it's not very good. I bought Planet Joker on the Sega Saturn that was sealed, but it's only because it was like doesn't get listed very often, and I'd only ever seen it for about $10 to $20 less than what it was sealed on this occasion. So I thought, oh fuck it, I want the game, and it wasn't that much more, and it arrived and I opened it. Once found a sealed Quest 64 book to open it, like, good for you. I don't buy into this sealed games nonsense. It's the same with, you see, I hear a lot of people that they buy 2 copies of things now. They'll buy like a limited run or something, and they'll buy 2 and they'll keep one sealed and play the other, and I just think, why do you need 2? Why do you need 1 sealed? Why do you need any? I don't like limited run. That's just my opinion, but I don't like limited run. I don't even want 1. I think they fueled all of this that I don't like. I really push back against trying to turn video games into collector's items. I feel like video games are like books. People should read books. People should have access to books. People should be able to play video games. Movies as well. We don't sit there, I mean, maybe we do and I don't know about it, but we don't sit there like having sealed copies of like Lord of the Rings on DVD in a graded case. Like, why do we do this with video games? We didn't used to either. I don't feel like we did this in the 90s and the 2000s. We don't do this with books. I mean, maybe we do with a book that's like 200 years old or something, but that's like historic at that point. But these games, none of these games are older than 40 years. Wow, okay, hang on, I've just displaced. No, about 40 years. None of these games are older than 40 years, are they? Really? 50 at the most. Comics, yeah, that's what it is though. It started with what was it, baseball cards, then it was comics, and now they're trying to do it to video games. Just go away. I get keeping your comics in a thing, you know, like keep it in a nice plastic slipcase. I did when I was a teenager. I kept my comics in plastic wallets. I read them though, you know. I took them out and I read them. I just wanted to keep them nice. I don't sell video games to stores anymore. Depends where you live. Coins and stamps I understand because they're practically useless. Yeah, I mean stamps. It is just a hobby. But also, the stamp is not serving any other function, is it? Which I guess is what the useless part is. But yeah, it's not serving any other purpose. It's like keeping games sealed, you're depriving them of their entire point. And then sometimes, you know, when people say like, oh, it's for historic preservation, but keeping it sealed isn't gonna be anything, isn't even useful for a museum, because somebody, if you want to keep it for like future generations to enjoy or whatever, you need to open it so that they can like look inside and look at the manual, look at the art. So I don't buy it. Not really. I can't say I'm too concerned about future generations not being able to look at a manual for Mega Man. We can scan it and put it online. Exactly, open and digitize it and let me play my Mega Man. See, I was a bit skeptical at first about that digital video game museum thing that's cropped up in America, but actually I kind of think it's a good idea at this point. Especially if they're gonna, you know, let people... Because what I love is, you know, when I'm doing my Mega Drive games, I love the website Sega Retro and how they've got... I mean, they haven't got everything, but they have a lot of manuals in PDF form now. It's amazing. That's what we need. We need these scans of manuals. That's why I buy the games that I buy a lot of the time, because I want to see the manuals. Did you ever buy 2 magazines? You could cut one up for... No, I didn't. I cut my magazines up. I cut them out. Because I was going through some old magazines. I was looking at my old Sonic the Comics and they've got pages missing because I used to put the posters on the wall. What is going on in this dungeon? Woo! Too busy ranting. To put my finger down. Yeah. The real sort of underlining factor though is just I'm salty because I'm having to pay up my nose for some video games now because people have turned them into collector's items and all I want to do is just play the bloody thing. I really want Ancient Magic Bazoo on the Super Nintendo, even though I'm not even gonna start playing Super Nintendo games. But I really want Ancient Magic Bazoo because there doesn't exist any good... There's no scans of the manual except for like this one video online that I found that's very low quality and he doesn't even show every single page. I want to read that manual. But I also don't want to pay like $250 for it. I also think this though as a theory, like if a game is sealed, it doesn't exist. It's not fulfilling its purpose. Its whole reason to be is not being fulfilled. Nobody's able to play it, nobody's able to look at it, nobody's able to do anything with it. It's just a piece of plastic in a wrapper at that point. It has no function. Other than somebody going, look at my sealed copy of this. Like it's just a trophy that Silent already pointed out. It doesn't have any being. And I think that's a very sad thing. Because even sealed in a museum, hypothetically, like, it still doesn't really exist as a game. It's not anything. And also with some video games, like, how do you know it's even working? How do you know it hasn't rotted inside the wrapper? Maybe it's been kept in bad conditions and rotted inside. Maybe the spindle on the CD holder thing is broken and the disc has actually kind of been rattling around inside for the last 15 years and it's scratched to buggery and would never work anyway. You will never know. Maybe you have a defected, broken game in a wrapper. But I suppose it doesn't matter because it's only valuable in the wrapper. Very weird. But yeah, what I'd see is like this last week I saw like I can't remember what game, a couple of games on the Sega Saturn, and they'd sold within seconds of being listed, and it's because they were sealed, and it's like they're expensive, yeah, but they were selling them for like $200, but you know that they've been bought by somebody who's now going to try and flog them for $400, and that's why the prices just go like that. It doesn't help though. On the flip side though, I think if anybody buys video games, like if you're into buying physical video games, I think that you also, I mean, maybe you don't need to, I don't know, but I feel like there's a certain level of responsibility where you should also don't overpay as a customer. Stop overpaying for video games as well. Like, you fuel the problem more by doing so. I always try not to overpay. I always try and get the best deal I can. I always try and haggle, because it just shoots the next person in the foot too. Because if you overpay, then that means the next seller's going to think, well, somebody paid that stupid price for it, so maybe another person will. That keeps happening. Because there's a game I want at the moment that used to be 5,000 yen until some twat paid 10,000 for it, and now everybody keeps listing it for 9,000, and I'm like, oh. Yep, emulators are great for that. It's just a shame when they can't always be accurate, like the Saturn's notoriously a pain in the arse. Oh my god. All the status effects in this game. Pushing near the end. This is the second to last dungeon, if I remember. I'm probably not going to finish it tonight. I'm probably not going to finish tonight because it's nearly like 4 in the morning. So this will probably be the end. Get it, Nemesis Quest is kind of like those tiny soccer band levels where you shrink everything down to bare minimum. Every move matters more. Sort of, yeah. It's also just, it's not very easy to play when you're when you're streaming and just having. It's like that double-edged sword because it's not that engaging. So I just want to talk and I'm enjoying the conversations that we're having. So I'm also not paying attention to what I'm doing. Like now, what I need to do is give him some MP, but I just keep not looking and paying attention, and then someone gets petrified and I didn't even notice because I'm too busy talking, and then the other person dies and it's game over. Because the game loves to do it. I can't remember if you were here, but Legend of Heroes on the Mega Drive was like that as well. It was just constant enemy status effects and it was just irritating. I loved the game, but it was just like, oh god, like you know when you play like Final Fantasy 7, you just mash attack and you just win, because it's really not that complicated until the bosses. And even then, I always like mostly RPGs where trash mobs aren't really that complicated. Have a Marlboro every now and then, that's going to do like crazy bad breath or whatever, but this game, it's like every fucking monster has some shit that it does, like petrifies you or blinds you or confuses you or instant kills you or reflects magic. Yeah. And then the other one is the Megami Tensei series, but I feel like that one's sort of just hardcore, and that's the nature of the beast now. Too distracted to focus on simple things, yeah. So I just want the battle to end as quickly as possible. See, we're all asleep. Okay, great. We're back again. Oops, I don't even want to waste any more magic, although I could do, because I've got magic coming out my arse, so let's just do that. But it's like I've been replaying Final Fantasy 7 and you can literally hold down circle and win most of the random encounters, and just need to heal now and then, which is fine by me. I think there's a good balance though. Final Fantasy 7 is never too boring either, because I think if you remember Boundary Gate, I know you were here for that, for Shiash. Did you see me play Boundary Gate, Kura? I don't remember if you drifted in on that one. The combat of that was so boring. It was so boring. It was so easy. It just got in the way. Yeah, it was sort of the total opposite of what we're talking about, where random encounters were just irritating. Like I'm just mashing attack the entire game until the very end where it had a random difficulty spike. It's good, great story, but the random encounters were really weak. I feel like the very start of the game was a little bit challenging for like the first hour, and then we just seemed to out-level the entire game. Yeah, the magic was cool. The graphics, yeah. Oh, I forgot how gorgeous the spell effects were on that game. I really like that one. Oh, tits. Probably not what I was supposed to do. It's also, this game can be a little bit mazy when I'm on autopilot as well. And now I'm confused where I just was. The one in the zoo. I remember that bit, yes. Isn't there a crazy dog? Oh, you think that's a crazy difficult spot? The game's like all over the place. I was talking a little bit with Barley Bap about Mother 2, like, and this is just an opinion. Like, I don't want to upset people that I know are very fond of Earthbound, but I think the game's adorable and the story is really moving and yada yada yada. It's got oodles of charm, but I think the game is not. I don't think it's very balanced. I don't think it's very polished. It's kind of a bit all over the place. Where the chuff am I going? How do I get back up? Where was I? Did I go through here? Nope. Maybe it was down the bottom. I don't mind replaying Earthbound. Here's PK Beam. As a kid, it took me a long time to find the way through the ship, the whole mast thing. Did I just go up the mast? Is that what I'm missing? I already did it, and I'm confused. Do I need to go back out then? Is that what I'm doing? I have to find my way out now. No, it's doing 80% of the work, then bottle rockets. I specifically remember the shopping centre in Earthbound was like a huge difficulty jump. I remember getting my ass handed to me by a couple of random encounters there. I'm going around in circles. Someone just kills me, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't an easy game. Oh no, here we are. Found it easy to do right away. It's the entrance went to extra fighter 2. Tried the road. Wait, this was the entrance, right? Urgh. Oh, here we are. This is where I just fell down. Oh, I need to find the treasure chest as well. I already climbed the mast though, I think. May have been a snooze. Oh yeah, I remember now. So yeah, because we need to get into that middle section and you can't. I think I went up the mast while I was ranting about video games being in cases and didn't pay attention. I went up it and then came down. Or did I go up the other mast, perhaps? And I think I got stuck on this as a kid as well. It's a bit sneaky. Yeah, I didn't come down here because these enemies are here. Ooh. I need to go to bed soon. Gotta find a fancy stream to watch tomorrow. Why is everybody dead all of a sudden? What the fuck? Did I start the battle with no health or what? You never know with this game. Was I low HP or did I just get one shot? Ugh. And now I'm petrified. Almost game over then. If he'd have died. Oh, he's got no healing. Ugh. Boulder reflected flare. Ribbon's dead. Go away. Oh shit, I should have put Excalibur on. And now we're dead. Let's do this again. I wasn't that low health. 798. Walking into the fight with that. That's the spell then, wasn't it? This time we won't do a flare. Fuck's sake. Get up, Ribbon. No, don't do exit. Oh my god. Wait, I just came there, didn't I? What should I do after this? Because we can probably definitely finish this tomorrow. I've got loads of chores and adulting to do tomorrow though, so I need to make sure I get all my shit together before I do anything on stream wise. I need to find a birthday card. Sort my taxes out. And then hopefully have some energy left to do something. Adulting sucks, it does. I can't be bothered with it at all. And then I have to actually go and do my taxes next week. Once I've got to sort the paperwork out, then I've got to go and do it. It's awful. Why do I have to do these things every year? Why can't they just already know? I'm sure that they could find out if they wanted to. Oh, well that was the end of that. Found Gaia's armor. Yay! Isn't that my captain hat? I wonder what would happen if he didn't have it. Would he just be like, well, what are you doing here? Kaylee asked us to give it to you. Are you okay? Oh, well, there she is. She could have come and done it herself. Dad, I was worried about you. You look awful. I'm okay, but I have some bad news. The Dark King. Prophecy. Dad, tell us about the prophecy later. Let's cure your wounds in Windia first. But... I'm okay. I guess I haven't recovered from that fall off the bridge. Ribbon, let's go to India and put you to bed. Let's put Ribbon to bed. Hey. Off we go. It's Tristan time! I love Tristan. There you are. Spencer, Phoebe's been looking for you. Oh no, it's Phoebe time. I met her at the inn in Windia, and now she wants to see you. We're done here. Let's go. Right, see you again, kid. I just like his music, and I like the fact that he threw shurikens. It was cool. And he's just, and also he had the. I like his name as well. I've used it as characters in like character creation games when I was younger. The Mobius crest is buried in Spencer's arena. We've done it. Get out of here. Who are you? How about some seeds? Thanks. Oh, I didn't check the money. I bet that is the cap. 96. I feel like, I don't know if it goes over 10,000. These are just buying. There's Phoebe. Ribbon's hurt. I'm surprised you made it here with such a bad wound. Off to bed with you. Aww. Benjamin, you need to hear Mac's news. You're not going to like it. Wow. Everybody always ends up in bed in this game. Everybody's in bed. Ouch, don't touch me. Mine. What's Phoebe wearing these days? Mystic robe. She's still got a crap helmet though. Ether shield. Such nice armor they have. And what have we got? Water, wind, poison and sleep. No's bed is the best place to be. I know, I should be joining them all. Who's that? What can be so important? Oh, it's Mac. I've discovered a lost part of the prophecy. Uh-oh. The one behind the four is darker than the night, and rises midst the land. Okay. You've saved the crystals, but our real enemy is the Dark King. He's in the focus tower. Reach the tower with my ship. Stand by the steering wheel and press the A button. I owe that Dark King one. Make it sound positive. Dad will return to Foresta when he's feeling better. Okay. Wow. Doom Castle awaits, but not tonight at dawn. We'll be leaving it there, I think. Definitely bad time for me, but it's been fun. Some good chats. Ooh. I should probably save the game. That would be a better idea before I turn the power off. Wow. Although I'd probably save the game not too far ago, but you're welcome. Let's go raid somebody, I think.